The MO against
Rise deja pasar el
Left to right in the out. And McCann behind the dish. Out of the windup in the 1-1. Swinging a ground ball to second. Marte scoops it up. Plenty of time. A toss over to first in time. One up and one down for Anthony DeSclafani.
Well, it's kind of an interesting night, Sam. We got two pitchers on the mound that are kind of coming back from similar elbow issues. And DeSclafani had flexor tendon surgery last year after he signed a contract with the Minnesota Twins and spent most of the year trying to recover from that. So during the offseason, was able to sign and got out of his minor league deal to be able to sign with the Arizona Diamondbacks, worked out of the bullpen, and this is his third starting opportunity, filling in for Merrill Kelly.
Right-handed hitting, Ramon Laureano digs in. First pitch upstairs, ball one. Fernando Tatis Jr. not in the lineup today, just the day off. Padres utilizing the team off day tomorrow. Give him 2 straight days. We'll see if Fernando comes off the bench at all today. Laureano, who's been terrific so far as a Padre, takes the ball outside, 2-0. 5 for 10 in this series. A double, a triple, 3 RBIs. He's been electric. And Laureano waits on the 2-0. Taking a strike. 2-1.
So what are we going to see out of DeSclafani tonight? Generally, we're going to see a lot of sliders. He uses the sinker quite a bit as well. Has a curveball, changeup, and a four-seam fastball that he'll feature once in a while.
2-1. Swinging a pop-up foul, right side out of play. Count runs even at 2, and he puts it away for out number 2. Today's game time temp. Out of play. We did take an Uber over to the ballpark.
Now, they have different shapes than the previous pitches. Yeah, that's the split change. It's going to show up as a changeup. The gyro slider is a curveball because it has more downward tilt. That's what gyro sliders generally do, as opposed to sweeping sliders that have a little bit more horizontal break on them.
Merrill waits on the 2-2. And it's taken in there, strike 3 on the outside edge. A 1-2-3 inning to begin the night for Anthony DeSclafani. No runs, no hits, nobody left on. Middle of 1, Padres nothing, and the D-backs coming up on the Padres Radio Network.
Now that baseball season is in full swing, get ready for Major League winning when you join the most generous players club in Southern California at Valley View Casino and Hotel. Join and receive over $200 in free instant offers to enjoy at San Diego's favorite casino. No strings attached. Signing up for the Players Club is always quick, easy, and free. So visit valleyviewcasino.com to learn more today. That's valleyviewcasino.com.
Cask & Co.'s premium California bourbon is San Diego's award-winning craft bourbon. Smooth and flavorful, it's coastal luxury in a bottle. Winner of 5 gold medals. Cask & Coast is harvested in the heartland, crafted in California, and enjoyed everywhere. Visit caskandcoast.com.
Nobody likes an old, yuck, ugly bathroom, so contact Miramar Kitchen and Bath. They're the kitchen and bathroom remodel specialists. Call Miramar Kitchen and Bath at 858-271-8434.
Contractors license 657333.
Miramar Kitchen and Bath.
With a clock ticking on the solar tax credit, now is the time to act to save thousands of dollars. Veteran and locally owned Asgard Energy is offering free estimates for solar panels and batteries. To get yours, visit AsgardEnergy.com. That's ASGARD Energy.com.
Life can be hard sometimes. If you or someone you know is struggling emotionally, experiencing an issue with drugs or alcohol, or having a hard time, the 988 Lifeline can help. Calling can connect you, a friend, or a family.
That's why they choose the friendly pros at Petco as the home team for their pets' food, vet care, grooming, and more. Petco, where the pets go.
Lefter Nestor Cortez on the mound for the Padres. Bottom half of the first inning, no score. And the first pitch is fouled away by Ketel Marte, strike one. Cortez making his Padres debut, his first start in the major leagues in over 4 months. 30-year-old left-hander, they call him Nasty Nestor. 0-1. Check swing, looked like Marte went around. He did, according to first base umpire John Lipka. James Hoy behind the plate. Lipka at first, DJ Rayburn. Second base umpire Sean Barber at third tonight. Cortez last pitched for the Brewers in early April. Then he went on the IL with a left elbow flexor strain. 0-2 is upstairs 1-2. Similar to the injury he had with the Yankees towards the end of last season. Of course, he returned for the World Series, made 4 rehab starts in the minor leagues with the Brew Crew. Switch hitting, Marte batting right, and the 1-2. Swinging a high fly ball into right. Plenty playable for Ryan O'Hearn in right tonight, makes the catch. 1 up and 1 down. Defensively for the Padres tonight, Laureano Merrill O'Hearn left to right in the outfield. Machado back at third, Iglesias at short. Cronenworth at second, Rise at first, and Freddie Kareem behind the plate. Cortez last rehab start came at AAA Nashville nearly 2 weeks ago. He went 5 2/3 innings, threw 93 pitches, and for whatever it's worth, his numbers in that rehab assignment overall really impressive. First pitch to the left-handed hitting, Corbin Carroll bounced foul, first base side, gave up just 2 earned runs on 10 hits in 18 combined innings. And as is the question stands for a lot of guys coming back from elbow injury, shoulder injury. 0-1. Little tapper foul again, 0-2 on Carroll. Question was not so much what he was doing during the start, but the way he was recovering, and he feels good about the way he's recovering right now.
Yeah, of course, that's always the issue. And you know, Nestor's been very open and transparent about what he's gone through with his elbow issues.
0-2, laced into right center. Going back, Merrill along with O'Hearn. They're both looking up, and it's gone. Corbin Carroll, a solo home run. So one of the deepest parts of the yard, deep right center. Arizona takes a 1-0 lead here in the first inning. Home run number 23 on the season for Corbin Carroll.
0-2 mistake by Nestor Cortez. It's a fastball right down the middle at 93 miles an hour. He went sweeper, he went cutter, then he goes fastball right out over. That's exactly where Corbin Carroll likes it. He likes to get the arms extended, sends it to one of the deepest part of the ballparks. And really, the long ball was an issue for Nestor earlier in the season as well with Milwaukee.
Brings up Geraldo Perdomo. First pitch line towards left center, a base hit. Over to get it is Laureano. Plays it back in quickly. That'll hold Perdomo to a single. So back-to-back hits. The home run by Carroll, the single for Perdomo. Little deja vu for the Padres here tonight. Diamondbacks have scored first now in each of the 3 games in this series.
So I mentioned the home run ball has been an issue for Cortez. He allowed 5 home runs in that first outing against the Yankees to start the season. And he came back and had a really nice outing against Cincinnati. Went 6 innings, allowed no runs in that. So he rebounded from that rough one. But that's when he went on the IL with the elbow issues. And as you'd mentioned, Sam, it was not just the same, it was a carryover of the elbow issues that he had last September with the Yankees. Never really got right during the offseason. He gave it some rest. He thought maybe I'll feel better. Wasn't quite right, and had been battling right from the start.
First pitch to Lourdes Gurriel Jr. is on the way from Cortez, and it's in for a strike, 0-1. Gurriel had a big night yesterday, a pair of 2-run home runs, including one in the 8th inning that was mighty impressive off Mason Miller. Hit a fastball at 103.9 miles per hour. That is not the exit velo. 0-1. Swing and a miss, and the count 0-2. That was the speed of the pitch from Miller. It was the fastest pitch hit for a home run since they started tracking that kind of thing back in 2008. But Padres won the game 10-5. Cortez comes set, the pitch is upstairs. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Gurriel. 1-0 Arizona in front here in the first inning.
It was pretty impressive. I mean, anybody that catches up to 104-mile-an-hour fastball, you got to tip your cap to him. And he'd seen one to the pitch before also. Got a pretty good swing on that one and turned it up the dial from there.
1-2, ground ball to second, could be 2. Cronenworth picks it up, the second for 1, throw to first base, in time, double play. 4-6-3 double play. And that's the inning. In the inning for Arizona, 1 run on 2 hits, they leave nobody. End of 1, D-backs 1, Padres nothing on the Padres Radio Network.
Remember when customer service mattered? At the grilling store at Hillcrest Ace Hardware, we do. At our family-owned business, we believe customer service goes beyond just selling you a new grill. Let our knowledgeable grilling experts help you pick the right grill, smoker, griddle, pizza oven, or accessories to meet your needs. Shop our wide variety of brands and grill styles. The grilling store at Hillcrest Ace Hardware or online at thegrillingstoresd.com, where the customer still matters. Delivery available throughout San Diego County. Late night watches, duty days, hard-fought missions. When you're running on empty, there's no room for error. Bulkhead Energy, built by heroes for heroes. Because being off your game can mean the difference between success and failure. Sugar-free with our new Tropic blend designed to sharpen focus. Military, first responders, essential workers. This is your fuel. Drink Bulkhead Energy. Fuel for heroes. Go to bulkheadenergy.com. Use code HERO25 for 25% off your first order.
Hey, it's Gravy. August is Summer Sun Safety Month, and Kaiser Permanente reminds you to wear sunscreen SPF 30 or higher, reapply every 2 hours, and don't forget your hat and sunglasses. For more SunSmart tips, visit kp.org/San Diego. Kaiser Permanente, for all that is you.
Hey, Padre fans. Tony Gwynn Jr. here. You might already know my dogs, Kai and Axel, are MVPs in my family. And when it comes to getting everything they need to stay happy and healthy, I trust Petco as my home team. Whether I'm dropping them off at my local Poway store with their favorite groomer, Amanda, or scoring their great selection of food and supplies at low prices. I know the friendly pros at Petco make caring for my whole lineup easy and affordable. Petco, official pet partner of the San Diego Padres.
We go to the top of the second here in Phoenix. Diamondbacks 1 and the Padres nothing. Manny Machado, Ryan O'Hearn, and Xander Bogaerts due up for San Diego. Right-hander Anthony DeSclafani back to work after a 1-2-3 opening frame. Out of the windup, and the first pitch to Manny is hit high in the air into left center. Going back, Gurriel, he'll get there, and he puts it away for out number 1. Manny was today's cleanup hitter. Padres cleanup hitter brought to you by Asgard Energy. Get a free solar estimate and clean up your energy bill at asgardenergy.com. Veteran and locally owned Asgard Energy, your trusted name in solar for Southern California. 1 out, nobody on, brings up Ryan O'Hearn. Making his 3rd start as a Padre here tonight. 1 for 9 so far in the brown and gold. Left-handed hitter digs in, and the pitch is taking a called strike. 0-1. O'Hearn pinch hit on Monday, flew out. Batting .278 on the year, 13 home runs, 43 runs knocked in. 0-1. Low and in. Off speed that time from DeSclafani. 1 ball, 1 strike. O'Hearn, of course, traded to the Padres from the Orioles at the deadline. Came over with Ramon Laureano as DeSclafani winds and deals. And that pitch misses away. 2 balls, 1 strike.
That's that new split change that he's throwing. Did a nice job of locating it to strike out Jackson Merrill. And so far it's been a pretty effective weapon here early on. And that's one of the things that he changed some of his pitches for, Sammy, was to finish guys off.
2-1, a big wave and a miss. 2-2.
Didn't feel like he was able to put guys away the way he wanted to. Now, over the course of his career, 19% of the time with 2 strikes, he was able to put guys away. But during his rehab assignments with these new pitches, it was up to 23%. Now, granted, it's against AAA hitters, but still, optimistic sign.
The pitch rolled foul. First base side bangs off the facing of the Padres' first base dugout. Everybody on the top step of the dugout right now. Do it again at 2-2.
I give him credit, too, Sam, because you've already had success at the big league level. But you want to stay there and you want to be even better.
Pitch on the way, low and in, 3-2. Well, maybe DeSclafani hoping that the change in his pitch mix and what he's been doing, that'll lead to a bit of a second act in his career. 35 years old now. He signed with the D-backs in mid-June after beginning his season on a minor league deal with the Yankees. 3-2. Swinging a looper foul, third base side out of play. We'll do it again. Slider that time from DeSclafani. Of course, DeSclafani spent the last few years with the Giants. Padres have seen a ton of them. He winds and he fires. Swinging a foul again. 8th pitch of the at-bat. It will go to 9 pitches. The battle between DeSclafani and Ryan O'Hearn. 1 out, nobody on. Arizona leading 1-0, top half of the second. DeSclafani, a 2.88 career ERA and 11 outings against San Diego. He's been good against the Padres in his career. 3-2 is in there, strike 3. Got him with the sweeper. Second K for DeSclafani. Looking good so far. 5 up and 5 set aside.
Yeah, you can see they put it down as the sweeper. Couldn't tell if it was the gyro slider or the sweeper. It looked like it had a little more horizontal action on it than some of the other ones that he'd thrown. Almost like he tried to put a little bit more break, take a little bit more off, put a little bit more spin on it for that last strike.
First pitch to Xander Bogaerts in for a strike, going 1. Our trust and will score. Arizona 1, San Diego 0, top 2. Bogaerts has 2 hits in this series. Had the home run last night. The 0-1 is in for a strike, 0-2. Top of the second brought to you by Sin Lee Food. Ignite your taste buds with the freshest flavors at Sin Lee Food. Discover authentic ingredients at 4665 El Cajon Boulevard, the Cook's Asian Resource. 0-2 on Xander. And he waits on it. Swinging a ground ball, softly hit to short. Perdomo picks it up and a throw to first in time. And another 1-2-3 inning for Anthony DeSclafani. No runs, no hits. Nobody left on. Mid.
It's a 5-man umpiring crew here today, and this young superstar is in the stands.
And did their feet get tangled up? Yes, so Hoppy tripped, or he might have caught that ball.
There's a fastball. There's a flying bat. It's a high car.
And that ball is off the ladder. It's actually off the ladder. You never see that.
Haggerty is on with an infield hit. A little tumble behind the mound. Hat fell off. That was awesome. I mean, you just don't see that.
Best-selling magnesium L-threonate daily. And let me tell you, my sleep is deeper, I wake up feeling refreshed, and my mind is sharper. If you're struggling with restless nights or brain fog, this is your game changer. Want to feel the same? Go to Symbiotica.com and use code PADRES for 15% off plus shipping site-wide. That's Symbiotica.com, code PADRES for 15% off.
Bottom of the second is brought to you by Symbiotica, the official wellness partner of the San Diego Padres. Take charge of your health with premium supplements. Visit Symbiotica.com.
1-0 Arizona in front, bottom 2. And the first pitch from Nestor Cortez to Tyler Locklear misses away, ball 1. Locklear followed by Blaze Alexander and James McCann. 1-0 on the way from Cortez. And it's in the dirt, 2 balls, no strikes. He gave up a solo home run to Corbin Carroll. And the bottom half of the first inning. And that was it. Gave up a single, but got out of the inning with a double play ball. 2-0 is upstairs. 3-0 to Locklear, who has a home run in this series. Now 3 for 17 as a Diamondback after being on the other side of that trade between the D-backs and Mariners. Eugenio Suarez going to Seattle. 3-0 is in for a strike. 3-1. Of Of course, Cortez traded from the Yankees to the Brewers this past December in the deal that sent closer Devin Williams to New York. It's been a rocky year for Williams in the Big Apple. 3-1. Called strike. 3-2 on Locklear.
That's been kind of a mixed bag for Devin Williams over there. He's gone through streaks where he threw really well, but when it's not gone well, boy, Sam, to your point, it has really not gone well, and he's been in one of those streaks lately.
3-2. Swinging a grounder left side. Tough play. Iglesias deep in the hole. He backhands, he throws, and not in time. Iglesias gave it everything he could, but Locklear just speedy enough to beat it out for a leadoff infield single.
Boy, great effort by Jose Iglesias. A long way to go to his right. He's in shallow right field by the time he gets that ball, and this is so smart of Iglesias. Normally guys are going to take an extra couple of steps to try to get their feet underneath them and really get some momentum going back to first base, but he doesn't do that. He just plants his feet as quickly as he can, gets rid of the ball, understanding that the flight of the ball is going to be quicker than any steps he takes to try to get more on that throw. Still puts it right on the money, just a little bit late.
Brings up Lays Alexander, first pitch. In for a strike going one. Stat of the day brought to you by Culligan Water of San Diego, providing advanced water treatment solutions, including softeners, filters, and bottled water, ensuring cleaner, safer, and great-tasting water for homes and businesses since 1936. The 0-1 fouled straight back, and the count 0-2 on Alexander. Diamondbacks leading 1-0 bottom two. Locklear on first base, still nobody out. Well, our stat of the day, how about this? Nestor Cortez joining a Padres staff that entered tonight the second lowest opponent batting average in baseball at 228. 0-2 is inside, or did it hit him? It did. Just grazed the jersey, apparently, of Lays Alexander. So now Nestor Cortez in trouble. Infield single, hit by pitch. Alexander slightly moved out of the way, and according to home plate umpire James Hoy, it must have just nicked his jersey.
Yeah, the scouting report on it was to keep it inside, and they came up with a cutter on the previous pitch, trying to come back inside with a four-seamer on that one. That one just barely getting a piece of the jersey.
Let's quickly pause for station ID on the Padres Radio Network.
KWFN-FM and KWFN HD1 San Diego.
This is Hughes Arvis from the San Diego Padres.
You're listening to Padres Baseball on the Padres Radio Network.
An Odyssey sports station.
First pitch to James McCann, in for a strike from Nestor Cortez. 0-1. So now Nestor in a sticky situation. Runners on first and second, nobody out. McCann 0 for 4 on Monday, his second start of this series. The pitch, and it hit him. Up and in, McCann not happy. Looking down at his left hand, now reaching for what looks like left pinky. Two consecutive hit-by pitches. One to Alexander, one to McCann. And the situation gets even more treacherous for Nestor Cortez.
Yeah, now McCann, he's right on top of the plate. I mean, his feet are almost on that chalk line, so he's already hanging over the plate to begin with, looking for something down and away. It looked like fastball wasn't that far inside, but with McCann leaning out over the plate, not able to get that hand out of the way.
Ruben Niebla goes out. He'll have a word with his left-hander. This visit to the mound is brought to you by the Window Depot, offering the best prices and biggest inventory on in-stock vinyl windows and interior and exterior doors. Order online or find a location near you at thewindownDepot.com.
You know, it's always so interesting right here, Sam, where Ruben Niebla is really just getting a chance to know some of these guys that he's talking with on the mound in the middle of battle out here.
Yeah.
So I was like, hi, remember me? I'm the pitching coach, Ruben Niebla. We met 48 hours ago, and you know, much more the case of that with J.P. Sears. Now, Ruben did have a chance to work with Nestor in a bullpen session a few days ago, so Ruben's got a chance to see what he features, talk to him a little bit about how he likes to sequence things, and usually what a pitching coach will do as well is ask the guy, look, what are some keys for you that I can keep an eye on to try to help you here in the short run? And we'll talk about long-term plans later, but just short run, what are some keys? What are some triggers for you that I can try to bring to your attention in these key moments? Ruben just had one of those talks.
Alec Thomas digs in, bases loaded, nobody out. First pitch, a wave and a miss, strike one. Locklear leading off third, Alexander off second, McCann off first base, a 1-0 Diamondback lead, and a very tough spot for Cortez. 0-1. Swinging a high fly ball into left, moving back Laureano, he's under it. Now he comes in a couple of steps, makes the catch, tagging up is Locklear. He heads for home. He'll score standing. Sack fly RBI for Alec Thomas. Arizona jumps ahead 2-0.
Back-to-back cutters trying to stay in on his hands, which is exactly what you want to do if you're a pitcher and a runner on third base. You want to try to stay off the barrel, make it as difficult as possible for that batter to get the ball into the outfield. The only problem was the second cutter not quite as far in as the first one, and Thomas able to get the job done.
Number 9 batter, Jorge Barrosa digs in. Other 2 runners stayed put at first and second. And the opening offering, felt high, called strike. We talked a lot about this with JP Sears Monday night. Same thing with Yu Darvish last night. There was a ton of base traffic in the first 2 games of this series early on for the D-backs. Both guys did a pretty good job at limiting damage. 0-1. Swing and a miss. 0-2. And now Nestor Cortez really in the same spot.
Yeah, JP Sears and Yu Darvish both did a nice job of really doing the Houdini acts early on and keeping the damage to a minimum. In a similar situation here for Nestor Cortez. You get in those situations, Sam, as a pitcher early in the ball game, you're thinking to yourself, you better not be thinking to yourself, oh, I've got to try to strand those runners on all the bases. You just want to stay out of the big inning at this point.
0-2. Swinging a drive into right. O'Hearn moving to his left. He's under it. Makes the catch. Tacking up from second, heading to third is Alexander. He'll slide in there safely. 2 outs now in the second inning. Runners at the corners, and now it flips things over to the top of the lineup for Ketel Marte.
This is the guy that you got to get out. 2 down, you want to stay out of the middle of that order, especially Corbin Carroll, who already has 1 home run tonight.
2-0 Arizona in front. 2 outs. Runners at the corners. Bottom half of the second. First pitch. Misses away. Ball 1. Marte, obviously a very dangerous hitter. Only batting .222 with runners in scoring position this year, though. 1-0. Swinging a pop-up, shallow right. O'Hearn racing in, still coming. Second baseman Cronenworth goes out. He's under it, and he puts it away. That's the inning. So a good job by Nestor Cortez limiting damage in the inning. 1 run, just 1 hit. 2 left.
Sweeney backpedaling, and he can't make the play. And there goes the no-hitter.
It's rolling. Does it go fair? Yes, it does. That's a fair ball.
Oh, she's giving it to him. They're up 6-1 in the 8th. He's giving it to him and making them like it.
Doing the pop-up dance, and he dropped it. You don't see that very often.
Abrams is going to think about going to third. The throw too high there. Abrams dives back in. Tag applied this time by Riley. What just happened?
Why TimberTech is everything wood should be. Order free samples at TimberTech.com.
Haven't made an estate plan yet? Don't wait. Go to trustandwill.com and use promo code BASEBALL for 20% off and free document delivery. Trust and Will is the official score update sponsor for all San Diego Odyssey stations and the Padres Radio Network. We're your home team for estate planning.
Fans, every game this year will be answering questions from you, our listeners. And if you have a question for us, go to 973thefan.sd.com/question. You can send one in. Sam and I might answer it right here on the air. Again, that's 973thefan.sd.com/question.
Top half of the third. Padres down 2-0. First pitch to Jake Cronenworth in for a strike from Anthony DeSclafani. Cronenworth followed by Iglesias and Fermin. 7-8-9. So far, so good. For the right-hander, 35 years old, Anthony DeSclafani. He's gone 6 up, 6 down with 2 Ks. Cronenworth, 3 hits in this series, 3 RBIs. 0-1. Swinging a foul into the third base dugout. Diamondback players down there scattering. Everybody looks okay. 0-2 on Cronenworth. Sam Levitt, Bob Scanlon with you, alongside producer-engineer Dave Marcus. Series finale rubber game of this 3-game set. 0-2 is upstairs and away. 1-2 on Cronenworth. Padres welcoming the Red Sox on Friday. Day off tomorrow. Red Sox playing really well. That's going to be a fun series at home in downtown San Diego. 1-2. Swinging a foul straight back. Do it again at 1-2 on Cronenworth. Speaking of Padres fans, and we know they fill the building every night at Petco Park. A lot of Padres fans here once again tonight. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Cronenworth way out in front of a changeup. Already the 3rd strikeout for Anthony DeSclafani. He's been great. 7 up and 7 down.
Yeah, that changeup has been a really effective pitch for him. That's that new split change that he was working on that we talked about. And the exact purpose of bringing that pitch on board was to do exactly that. Be able to put batters away with 2 strikes. And it's been an effective weapon so far here in the first 3 innings.
Here's Jose Iglesias. First pitch is low and away, ball 1. Diamondbacks leading 2-0, top half of the 3rd. 1 out, nobody on. Iglesias, who made a terrific play on a ground ball last night in the bottom half of the 10th inning. 1-0. Is a little bit low. Didn't miss by much. 2-0 to Iglesias. Turned a double play on a broken back grounder to third base. Stepped on third, threw to first base off balance. Terrific play. Got the game to the 11th inning, and then the Padres scored 5 runs and won it. 2-0 is a called strike.
It's so fun to watch Jose. No matter where you put him on the field, it seems like every game he's doing something that just makes you go, wow. Doesn't he, Sam?
He's terrific. He can play second. He can play short. Like he's doing tonight, he can play third. 2-1. Called strike, 2-2. Sinker that time from DeSclafani. He's versatile. He's a smart hitter. He's also a great clubhouse presence, no doubt about that.
Pro's pro, knows what he needs to do to help the team win, whatever that takes.
He's also a terrific singer. 2-2, laced into center. Barossa goes back on it, lines it up, and puts it away. 2 outs here in the 3rd. Number 9 batter, Freddie Fermin, coming up.
Number 54, Freddie Fermin.
Fermin last night didn't start the game, but pinch hit. Ended up taking 4 plate appearances last night. Had an RBI base hit in that 5-run top half of the 11th. First pitch, swinging a drive into left center. Gurriel going back, he won't get there. Neither will Barossa. It rolls all the way to the fence. Fermin around first, he'll cruise into second base with a stand-up 2-out double.
What a way to break up the no-hitter. Freddie, first pitch fastball. He was kind of watching what DeSclafani has been trying to do all night, which is get ahead with fastballs, and he goes to the sweepers and the sliders and the split fingers, but Freddie says, no, I'm not going to give you the chance. I'm hopping on this fastball and driving it into the gap.
That was the Padres' first hit of the game, brought to you by Frozen Ropes Travel Ball. Free tryouts are underway for ages 7 to 14 with Coach Kurt and his Frozen Ropes team. Check out the team at SanDiegoFrozenRopes.com. That's SanDiegoFrozenRopes.com. First pitch to Luis Ariz, in for a strike 0-1. So now the Padres with their first runner in scoring position of the night. Fermin on second, 2 men down, 2-0 Arizona leading here in the top half of the 3rd. Ariz grounded out his first time. 0-1. Little check swing roller, first base side, tough play. Marte comes in, glove flip, and it is in time. Wow, what a play by Marte. Only thing he could do was glove flip, and he gets a rise.
What is it about baseball cards that make them so special? Why do you enjoy doing that?
Well, the biggest thing is I started collecting when I was a kid. O-Pee-Chee. It was a Canadian hockey league, and then the Canadian football. But I didn't start in the U.S. until I had signed professionally as a ball player. And when I got my first rookie card, and I've got it here with me.
Let's take a peek at that.
1966 with Billy Sorrell.
Care. Recognized by Newsweek as a world's best hospital for 7 years in a row, Palomar Health's world-class team remains dedicated, innovative, and ready to step up to the plate for you. With cutting-edge care and compassionate support, Palomar Health is here to help you win in health. Palomar Health. Champions of healthcare, champions for you. Visit palomarhealth.org to find a doctor.
Fans, don't miss the Michael King bobblehead presented by Cox on Wednesday, August 20th, limited to the first 40,000 fans in attendance when the Padres play the Giants at 6:40. The exclusive bobblehead features Michael King, the mound in a gold crown, and a cape. Visit Padres.com/giveaways.
The Trust and Will score as we go to the bottom half of the third. Arizona 2, San Diego nothing. First pitch from Nestor Cortes to Corbin Carroll is ball 1-0. Carroll followed by Geraldo Perdomo and Lourdes Gurriel Jr. 2-3-4 for Arizona. 1-0. This is up 2-0 to Carroll, who hit a home run back in the first inning. Solo shot, his 23rd of the season. Diamondbacks getting another run in the second, and now Cortes trying to settle in here. 2-0 in for a strike, 2-1. Hot night here in Phoenix. Much cooler inside under the roof. 2-1, a swing and a miss. Good pitch and on the hands. 2-2. We talked about it a little bit earlier. Cortes just trying to limit damage in that second inning. He was dealing with the bases loaded. Nobody out. Gave up one. That was it. Pitch en route. And a breaking ball swing and a miss. Big cut by Corbin Carroll. First strikeout in the brown and gold for Nestor Cortes. Who's Hot, Who's Not is brought to you by the grilling store at Hillcrest Ace Hardware, the official grilling store of the Padres Radio Network. For all your grilling needs, visit them on University Avenue or at thegrillingstoresd.com.
Okay, Sam, other than anybody outside the stadium, who's hot?
Let me tell you. First pitch on the way to Perdomo, in for a strike, 0-1. Who's hot? The Toronto Blue Jays. Earlier today at Coors Field, they completed a 3-game sweep of the Rockies with a 20-1 win.
Wow.
In that 3-game series, Blue Jays outscored the Rockies 45-6. 0-1. Swinging a ground ball to short. Iglesias moving to his right, scoops it up, throw to first base in plenty of time. 2 up and 2 down for Cortes.
So are you killing two birds right there? We know who's hot, but we also know who's not.
I'll get to that. Okay. They had 63 hits. 25 in Game 1, 14 in Game 2, 24 in today's game. Set a new Major League record for hits in a 3-game series by one team.
Wow.
See your point scans. Who's not? The Colorado Rockies, after getting blown out the last 3 days. First pitch to Gurriel is ball. The Rockies' team ERA after that 3-game series, 6.01 this season, and in the last 11 games, they've been outscored by 70 runs. 1-0, popped up. First base side, Arise drifting just into foul ground. He puts it away in a quick and easy 1-2-3 inning for Nestor Cortes. No runs, no hits, nobody left. End of 3. D-backs 2.
Got to get yourself ready.
Yes, there are hugs, and then there's that.
Now, what is that? What is the purpose of that?
It's an anemometer. It measures wind speed.
So that's good.
But it looks like a fidget spinner.
Meanwhile, on the Cove, it just looks like too much fun.
It was so routine, he took his eye off.
You got to come up with this play. You got to. You're right there. You had 2 hands. He looked it in. Oh.
For a new system, get a brand new AC installed for as low as $89 a month. Don't wait. Book your maintenance service or new install now at ComfortBros.com. Comfort Bros Heating, Air, and Plumbing. Service that makes Mom proud.
Top of the fourth inning is brought to you by Genesis Home Improvements, San Diego's trusted painting, roofing, and window company. D-backs lead 2-0 as we go to the fourth inning. To take you through the next few innings, here's Scans.
Thank you, Sam. It'll be Ramon Laureano, Jackson Merrill, and Manny Machado to face Anthony DeSclafani. First pitch to Laureano, missing upstairs, check swing. They'll peel over to first base, but John Lipka says no, he did not. 1-0 the count to Laureano, who's really gotten off to a great start in his Padre career. Came into this ball game already hitting 5 for 10 in this series. Popped out in his first plate appearance. Next pitch misses way inside. That's the changeup, which has been a good pitch for DeSclafani tonight, but he misses inside with that one. 2-0 now the count to Laureano. Came into the ball game hitting .364 so far, wearing the brown and gold for the Padres. Already has his first home run in a San Diego uniform. Next pitch missing way outside on the slider. 3-0 now the count. Laureano, by the way, he's been swinging the bat pretty well of late, no matter what uniform he's wearing. Last 11 ball games hitting .436. 2 home runs, 11 RBIs. Next pitch in their first strike. Token 3-0 fastball down the middle. Count now 3-1. Diamondbacks scored 1 in the first. They tagged on another one in the second inning. And the Justin Will score is 2-0 Diamondbacks here in the fourth. Swing and a miss on the slider. Good pitch by DeSclafani. Count now 3-2. Sam, we've seen really a little bit of everything from DeSclafani so far. It's not just been a one-pitch attack. We've seen 4-seamers, 2-seamers, sweepers, sliders, the split finger, really using everything.
Yeah, he's been mixing well. He's given up just 1 hit, facing 10 batters. It's been great.
3-2 pitch, swung on, line drive down the left field line. Pretty well hit, but it is hooking foul into the Diamondbacks bullpen down the left field line. So he can pull the ball. And we've talked a lot about Laureano and how he's really fit in so far so well to this Padres style of hitting, using the middle of the field. We've seen him go opposite field, all 3 of his hits yesterday, going the other way. Tried to pull that one. Again, the 3-2 pitch. Hot shot right side off the glove of the first baseman. He can't find it, and it's going to be an infield single for Laureano. A one-hopper missile off the glove of Locklear. Locklear couldn't handle it. It caromed off to his right, and he had no idea where the ball went. It just sat there on the infield. And Laureano gets the second hit for the Padres this evening, a leadoff single here in the fourth.
Now, Locklear had a chance at it. Little short hop, hit hard, tried to scoop it, hit his mitt, and then bounced away. To your point, Scan, he just did not know where it was. I don't know that he would have had a chance to get Laureano anyway, but infield single for Laureano.
Yeah, it was kind of in no man's land at that point. Here's Jackson Merrill. First pitch swinging, first pitch missing. Fastball 95 miles an hour, late on it. Jackson was a strikeout victim back in the first inning, 1 of 3 for DeSclafani. Jackson 2 for 9 now in the series with a double, 3 RBIs. 7 consecutive games now with an RBI for Jackson Merrill. 0-1 pitch. Missing a little bit upstairs. Looked pretty good. DeSclafani looking in at home plate umpire James Hoy as though to say, are you sure that didn't catch the top part of the zone? And James nods his head, yeah, I'm quite sure. 1-1 to Jackson Merrill. Came into the ball game hitting .266, 8 home runs, 49 RBIs. Timeout is now called. Padres wearing the road tan with brown pinstripes, the uniform of choice on the road most of the season. 1-1 to Jackson, missing way outside, 2-1. And what's interesting, Sam, is the Padres actually busted out the brown tops yesterday. Looking sharp, by the way. They can't not look sharp. Both the road uniforms look great, but they walked away with a victory yesterday in extra innings. I thought we might see them repeat here today.
I would think that too.
2-1 to Jackson on the outside corner. Nice little changeup. That was the same pitch that DeSclafani struck Jackson Merrill out on in his first plate appearance. That evens the count up at 2-2.
Well, there's no doubt the sand pinstripes are much more prevalent than the brown tops. But I'm with you. Thought maybe we'd seen the brown tops again today.
2-2 to Jackson. Foul back into the screen. Not that baseball players are superstitious or anything. But I thought after the win yesterday we might see a doubling up of the Browns, but not to be. Of course, the starting pitcher that day gets a chance to choose what uniform is to be worn. That's been a tradition for many, many years. And the 2-2 swung on high fly ball to right field, almost hitting the ceiling. It's going to be the right fielder, Carbon Carroll, who's waiting, makes the catch. And that's about as high a fly ball as you're going to see here at Chase Field without it hitting a girder. For the first out here in the fourth, that'll bring up Manny Machado.
All right, Bob, I got to ask you.
Please.
What's a girder?
That'd be the metal beams up there.
Oh. Not a big construction guy. Don't know a lot about construction.
Well, guess what? We got a lumber topic here to talk about. Speaking of construction,
there we go.
Manny Machado swings and misses the first changeup, but here comes the lumber. It's not for construction, it's for hitting the ball in the ballpark. It's brought to you by Dixie Line Lumber and Home Centers. Fix it, build it, enjoy it. Of course, the lumber is Manny Machado, who's 0 for 1 tonight, flew out in his first plate appearance back in the second inning. Next pitch to him, swing and a miss. Late on the fastball upstairs. And Manny quickly down in the count 0-2. Runner on first base. 1 out, top of the fourth inning. 2-0 Diamondbacks. Desclafani checks the run at first base. Right-hander comes set. And the 0-2 pitch to Manny. Popped up right side, foul. That's going to find the stands. Up in the third deck here at Chase Field. Formerly Bank One Ballpark. Opened up in 1998. The Arizona Diamondbacks were the expansion team in the National League. Tampa Bay Rays joined the American League that year. Next pitch to Manny, missing way inside, 1-2.
And when it opened up, it had that dirt path between the mound and home. Very iconic at the time.
You had to remind me of that, Sam.
Not your favorite.
Not at all. So when this ballpark first opened up, it was actually the first roof stadium that had natural grass. Next pitch to Manny, swing and a miss, strike 3. Swings over the top of the changeup. That has been a very effective pitch for Desclafani tonight. That's his 4th strikeout. 3 of those coming on that split finger. 2 down here in the 4th. That'll bring up Ryan O'Hearn, who was also a strikeout victim back in the second inning. When this stadium first opened up, as I mentioned, it was a grass surface. It was the first time that they'd had natural grass under a roof. And that lasted all the way till 2019. First pitch to O'Hearn, misses outside. But to your point, Sam, when they first built it, they had this dirt path from home plate to the mound, and they actually called it the keyhole. It kind of looked like a keyhole. But from a pitcher standpoint, I did not want to see that as one of the unique characteristics of the ballpark. Next pitch to O'Hearn on the outside corner. Count now even 1-1 to the left-hand hitting right fielder. And it's a very simple reason, Sam. The grass does a nice job of slowing the hot shot comebacker coming at you. Dirt, not so much. 1-1 to O'Hearn. Fly ball to center field. Pretty well hit, but playable. Drifting back is Barossa, and he'll make the catch shy of the warning track for the final out. Padres do get a base hit, but they strand the runner at the end of 3.5. Diamondbacks 2, Padres.
As someone who grew up in the era of the twist, the locomotion, the Freddy, and other outrageous dances, the floss is easily the worst of all time.
The fan did touch that ball, and that's a big whoops. Any relation to Grant? I don't know. That guy was having a hard time figuring out what screen he was supposed to be looking at.
What a play! Alan Rodin. And hopefully he is all right.
Look at it's his eye black. That's his eye black. It has been transferred from face to wall.
Is back on The Fan. Let's Talk Hookup has returned to 97.3 The Fan, Saturday 7 to 8 a.m. and Sunday 7 to 9 a.m. Get all the latest fishing info. Let's Talk Hookup weekends on 97.3 The Fan. This program is sponsored and produced by Let's Talk Hookup. The opinions and offers expressed are not those of Odyssey Incorporated, nor 97.3 The Fan.
Fans, the bottom of the 4th is brought to you by Eco Water SoCal. Keeping it soft and celebrating 100 years of water perfection, visit EcoWaterSoCal.com. Your water should be perfect. Diamondbacks have a 2-0 lead as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. The first batter is Tyler Locklear. The first pitch that he sees from Nestor Cortez is a cutter, missing down low for a ball. Locklear singled and scored back in the second inning. Next pitch to him misses upstairs. That was an inning where Nestor Cortez did a nice job of limiting the damage. He gave up the leadoff single to Locklear. That was followed by back-to-back hits batsmen of Alexander and McCann to load the bases, but allowed a sacrifice fly, and that was it. The 2-0 now to Locklear, missing outside, 3-0. Talking to Mike Shilton for the ball game, he was asked, what do you hope to see out of Nestor Cortes. Next pitch, missing down low, ball 4. 4-pitch walk to start things off for the Diamondbacks here in the 4th inning. And one thing that he said he wanted to see, Sam, was command of the pitches. That is the big question for Nestor Cortes coming back off those elbow issues. He says, I don't question his competitiveness. I don't question his ability to handle big situations. And he showed his ability to do that, working out of the bases loaded jam without further damage. But the big question is, how is that elbow feeling, and how well is he spotting his pitches? Here's Blaze Alexander. That misses down low, and difficulty throwing strikes here to start the 4th inning. Pitcher Freddie Fermin gets out of his crouch and signals to Cortes, hey, let's go. Get your body motion coming right back through me, right through the target. See if he can make the adjustment. 1-0. Taking for a strike. Inside corner at the knees. Fastball at 91 miles an hour. That's about where Cortes has been sitting tonight. 90 to 91. That's usually about his range. So the fastball velo not suffering at all from coming back from the tender flexor issues that he's been fighting. 1-1 pitch, hot shot, one hopper over to Iglesias. Over to second for one, back over to first. In time, double play. Nicely done. Iglesias to Cronenworth to arise, and quickly 2 down.
Exactly what Cortes wanted. Erases that leadoff walk. And to your point about his command, take his 2022 season with the Yankees as an example. That's when he was an all-star, 2.44 ERA in 28 starts. He pitched more than 158 innings. He only walked 38. So this has been a guy that has had really, really good command throughout his career.
2 down. That'll bring up the right-hand hitting catcher, James McCann. First pitch to McCann, missing outside for a ball. As I mentioned, McCann was hit by a pitch in his previous plate appearance. That loaded the bases. Pitch wasn't that far inside. McCann really sets up on top of the plate. Next pitch on the outside corner. 1-1. McCann hitting .245 so far this season. 2 home runs, 5 RBIs since joining the Diamondbacks. 0 for 5 now so far in the series. 1-1 pitch to him. Swung on line drive down the right field line, but it's slicing foul into the screen. And Cortes now ahead 1-2 of McCann, who was signed by the Diamondbacks to fill in for Gabriel Moreno, who's on the IL right now with an injured finger. 1-2 to McCann, swung on, foul straight back into the screen. Was originally playing in the minor leagues with the Atlanta Braves this year, but like so many big leaguers who sign minor league deals with organizations, he had an out clause. I mentioned that was the case with Desclafani. Same thing with James McCann. And it makes sense. If you're a big leaguer and you feel like you're playing well, but you're stuck behind somebody else, it gives you a chance to get from under that. 1-2 pitch missing way upstairs. 2-2 now to McCann.
There always seems to be a lot of teams in need as the season goes along for veteran players.
No doubt about it. 2-2 pitch, ground ball right back up the middle, but Jake Cronenworth is there. He's going to backhand it over to Luis Arraez in time, and that'll do it for the Diamondbacks here in the 4th. Leadoff walk, but nothing.
U.S. Bank Bank Smartly Checking and Savings, which does exactly that, helping her track her spending and grow her money.
About the mental work.
Together we'll achieve more than any of us could alone. That's the power of Jess, and this is the power of us. Visit usbank.com today to get started. Member FDIC, copyright 2025 U.S. Bank.
When the Padres host the Boston Red Sox this Friday at 6:40, shake up your night with Cocktail Fest presented by Southwest Airlines. Enjoy live music and drink specials starting at $5 in Gallagher Square from gates open to first pitch. Learn more at Padres.com/party.
Diamondbacks with a 2-0 lead as we head to the top of the fifth inning. It'll be Xander Bogaerts, Jake Cronenworth, and Jose Iglesias to face Anthony DeSclafani. Xander doing the designated hitting today. Mike Schilt doing a great job of really rotating Jose Iglesias around the infield to give guys a day off their legs when they need it. First pitch to Xander taken for a strike. Xander was grounded out in his first plate appearance. DeSclafani winds and deals. Pitch to Xander, chop foul. Past Tim Leeper over in the third base coaching box. Dave Macias over in the first base side for the Padres as always. Speaking of designated hitters, the last professional league in baseball may be losing pitchers hitting, Sam. Japan Central League still has pitchers hitting, and I think it's the only professional league that still has that, but they just voted that they're going to change that. 0-2 pitch to Xander, line drive into center field, coming on strong as Barossa, and he's able to make the catch on the run for the first out. Going down here in the fifth.
I do miss pitchers hitting. I can't lie.
See, now, I'm glad I'm not alone on that. Now, is it the pitchers hitting or just the strategy that went along with it that managers had to deal with?
I miss both. I miss pitchers hitting, and I miss the strategy of old school National League baseball.
I am the same way, and it's going to become even tougher to find. In fact, it might be impossible to find it. Here's Jake Cronenworth, the first pitch to Jake. Catches the outside corner for a strike. Jake struck out in his first plate appearance.
Now, the better question, Bob Scanlon, do you miss hitting?
I was a terrible hitter. I'm not going to lie. Absolutely horrible. 0-1 to Jake. Misses outside for ball. In fact, my trainer with the Cubs, Johnny Fierro, who's nice enough to come up and say hi to us right now, actually witnessed some of my terrible hitting, and he's nodding his head, confirming that it was not a pretty sight. 1-1 pitch to Jake. Taken for a strike, 1-2. No, I got one major league hit. I think I was 0 for my first 36.
Wow.
And I finally accidentally ran into a curveball and hit it for a base hit. And then about 7 years later, I got another base hit somehow. And I remember I got to first base, and the first base coach asked me, hey, do you want that ball? And I was like, no, I'm going to have plenty more of these. And that was it. That was the end of my hitting prowess. 1-2 to Jake. Missing a little bit outside, 2-2.
But let's remember, they were not paying you to hit.
Well, that's for sure.
You did mention today, and it's appropriate, I think you mentioned this, with Billy Wagner going into the Hall of Fame. You had an at-bat against Billy, right?
I did have a plate appearance against Billy in a spring training game. The 2-2 to Jake, fouled right back into the screen. And I'm proud to say that I actually was able to get a piece.
There you go.
Of one of his 98-mile-an-hour fastballs. Just fouled it off, but that was a total victory for me at that time.
Much, much better than I could ever imagine doing.
But the Japan Central League has voted that in 2027 they are no longer going to have pitchers hitting. They're going to go to the DH as well. 2-2, missing down low, 3-2 to Jake. Now the Pacific League already has had the designated hitter, so the Central League will be catching up to them. And what's kind of interesting is the Pacific League in Japan has said that one thing they noticed right away is that the velocity of the pitchers went up throughout the league. 3-2 to Jake, fouled, chopped onto the right side. He stays alive. That's not something that I anticipated. Granted, I thought there was going to be extended health maybe for some guys and less injuries in that respect, but a little surprised to hear that the velocity went up. So sports fans, I'm sorry to tell you that we're not going to see any pitchers hitting anywhere in professional baseball after 2027. Swung on line drive, base hit into right field by Jay Cronenworth. One out single, one hops Corbin Carroll out in right field. Third hit of the ball game for the Padres. Fourth hit of the series for Jay Cronenworth. And that'll bring up Jose Iglesias with one down here in the top of the fifth. Padres trailing 2-0. And that's going to be the night for Anthony DeSclafani. Torey Lovullo slowly heading out to the mound. And not a big surprise. That was his 71st pitch of the evening. We'd heard 60 might be his range. And Anthony DeSclafani is going to walk off the field. Nice effort by
$29. Visit ComfortBros.com to book an appointment. Comfort Bros Heating, Air, and Plumbing. Service that makes Mom proud.
Left-hander Jalen Beeks into the ballgame for the Diamondbacks. The first pitch that he throws to Jose Iglesias misses inside for a ball. Runner on first base, 1 out. Top of the 5th inning. Padres trailing the Diamondbacks 2-0. Bob Scanlon and Sam Levitt filling in for Jesse Agler and Tony Gwynn for this series. We appreciate you joining us for some Padres baseball. Next pitch, taken for a strike on the inside corner for Iglesias. That evens up the count at 1-1. Jose flew out in his first plate appearance back in the 3rd inning. 1-1 pitch, misses down low. Nice block by James McCann on that pitch in the dirt. Nowhere for Jake Cronenworth to go, who reached on a single.
Beeks making his 44th appearance, 4.35 ERA coming in. Have not seen him yet in this series before tonight.
This is exactly what the Padres were hoping to be able to do, get DeSclafani out of the ballgame as quickly as possible and get to this Diamondbacks bullpen that has really been their Achilles heel all season long. Next pitch misses way inside to Iglesias, not even close, and the count now 3-1.
It's unfortunate for the D-backs that they had to go get DeSclafani. He was great.
3-1 pitch, misses upstairs, ball 4. We've seen this out of the Diamondbacks bullpen. In fact, it was the free passes that got the Padres back into the ballgame yesterday.
The first reliever last night that came in for Arizona, left-hander Kyle Nelson. He issued 3 consecutive walks, and what happened earlier today, Kyle Nelson optioned to AAA Reno by Arizona.
That did not go well for him. And then he was followed by Andrew Hoffman, who looked great the night before, and Hoffman promptly comes in and he walked the first batter that he saw. That forced a Padre run in that inning with 2 outs, and the Padres didn't even need to put the bat on the ball to get that free run. And the pattern is continuing for Torey Lovello and his bullpen so far here tonight. Cronenworth on second base. Iglesias at first. Here's Freddie Fermin. First pitch to Fermin. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Fermin doubled in his first plate appearance in the 3rd. That was the first hit of the night off of DeSclafani, who, Sam, as you mentioned, did a really nice job. Used his entire repertoire. Seemed to really keep the Padres off balance. His new split change was actually very effective. And now there's a face-to-face conversation going on right now between James Hoy and Freddie Fermin. I'm not sure what's going on here, but James Hoy is right in Freddie Fermin's face for a good 10 or 15 seconds there. Whatever the discussion is, it's over, and we're going to resume play. 0-1 pitch, taken for a strike, 0-2.
That was odd, right? Hoy stepped out right in front of Fermin, who was just standing in the batter's box, and went right face-to-face with him.
Yeah, the pitch before was a swinging strike. It's not as though there was anything controversial about the pitch. 0-2. Popped up right side, foul territory, heading over towards the stands. Long way to go for the first baseman, Locklear, and he's not able to get there. That would have been a tremendous catch on the run with his back to home plate, but the ball just barely out of his reach, and Fermin stays alive. I'm wondering if it had anything to do maybe with he felt like he was being rushed. Maybe Freddie asked the umpire, hey, the pitcher's rushing me. We've seen that every now and then. A hitter will argue about it, but the way that Hoy went right on home plate and got face-to-face with Fermin was very unusual. Not used to seeing that. Again, the 0-2 pitch, fly ball, playable this time to right field. Corbin Carroll drifting over towards his left. He's underneath. He makes the catch. Tagging up is Jake Cronenworth. He's going to advance to third base. And 2 outs now down here in the inning. And that'll bring up the leadoff man, Luis Arraez. Fans, the top of the fifth is brought to you by Cask and Coast Premium California Bourbon. Winners of 5 gold medals, harvested in the heartland, crafted in California, enjoyed absolutely everywhere. Visit them at caskandcoast.com. By the way, the pitching change was brought to you by Miramar Kitchen and Bath. When it's time to upgrade your kitchen or bath, think of San Diego's top kitchen and bath remodelers for more than 30 years. Visit MiramarKitchenandBath.com to book your free consultation today. 2 down, bottom of the fifth, top of the fifth. Runner goes, pitches outside. The throw down to second is not in time. Jake's going to try to throw. Here comes the throw. It is in time. Jake is thrown out at home plate, trying to score on the double steal. The Padres trying to make something happen. Iglesias was going on the pitch. Jake Cronenworth trying to score from third, but it was a perfect throw home by Perdomo, and McCann was able to apply the tag to Jake for the final out. No runs a hit, 1 runner left as we head to the bottom of the fifth inning.
Anytime we can put on these uniforms, the same ones that those guys played before us in the Negro Leagues, it's an honor to put it on and to share this field with them.
It's a piece of history, so I mean, to be able to wear it present day is honestly an unreal feeling. Once the lights are on and the anthem takes place and you're standing there on the line, it'll sink in as to what this moment really means, because I do think it's a meaningful day.
And even started getting some compliments, including from my lovely wife. The plan is simple. The support is constant and the results are real. Discover the secret to losing up to 1 pound of fat every day, fast and easy. Schedule a free consultation now at sdfatloss.com. Results may vary.
Padres trail the Diamondbacks 2-0 as we head to the bottom of the fifth inning. Nestor Cortes out for another inning of work. First batter he'll face is Alec Thomas. The designated hitter looks at a first pitch ball. Thomas flew out as a sacrifice fly situation back in the second inning. Next pitch to him is taken for a strike. 1-1 the count to the left-hand hitting designated hitter. Hitting .258, 8 home runs, 30 RBIs coming into the ballgame. 2 for 8 on the series now with a home run. The 1-1 pitch to him. Big swing and a miss. Slate on the fastball upstairs at 89 miles an hour. 2-0 Diamondbacks on the Trust and Will scoreboard. 1-2 pitch. Swung on. Defensive swing. Just barely fouls it back into the screen behind home plate. That was an emergency 1-1. Outfield shaded slightly towards left field, but the infield playing in the hard left-handed pole position. 1-2. Missing outside. Count now even at 2-2 to Alec Thomas, who Made some adjustments earlier in the season, was struggling. Ended up lowering his leg kick. Also improved his stride back towards the pitcher. 2-2 pitch to him, missing way outside. Sam, so often we talk about adjustments that both batters and pitchers make, and so often it starts with the lower half, doesn't it? I mean, if your lower half isn't doing what you want it to do, the upper half's really going to have a tough time following.
It starts in the roots, those legs.
3-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike three. Got him. Nice cutter by Nestor Cortes for the strikeout. Second strikeout of the evening for Cortes. One down here in the bottom of the fifth inning. That'll bring up the center fielder, Jorge Barrosa.
Who's on deck for the Padres in the sixth? It's brought to you by TimberTech Decking and Railing. Everything wood should be. Visit TimberTech.com. Top of the order to up for San Diego in the sixth. The Rise, Laureano, and Merrill.
First pitch to Barrosa in there for a strike. Barrosa was a flyout victim back in the second inning. Today's question of the day is brought to you by Kaiser Permanente. If you have questions about your health, visit kp.org/San Diego. Kaiser Permanente for all that is you. Question comes from Max in Mira Mesa. Max wants to know, hey, the rules on the Major League roster has become really confusing. Can you explain how the option system works and who can and can't go up and down? That is an interesting question, as Barrosa swings and misses at a good changeup from Cortes. He's behind in the count now, 0-2. So we'll try to break it down to you in a way that semi-makes sense. Cortes' 0-2 offering, misses upstairs. 1-2 the count with nobody on, one out here in the bottom of the fifth inning. So basically, players have three options, and that is the team's option to send the player back down to the minor leagues. 1-2 pitch, misses way outside. Now, an option is usually used in spring training, right? When you got a whole bunch of guys in spring training and the team decides, okay, you're not going to make the team. When they send that player down to the minor leagues, that's using up his option for the year. One option used up. 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike three. Got him. Cutter upstairs. Barrosa swings through it. Back-to-back strikeouts for Cortes to start the fifth inning. Two down. That'll bring up the leadoff man, Ketel Marte.
Good cut fastball there from Cortes. Barrosa waving through it. Had a lot of good run.
First pitch to Marte. Misses down low. So that's one option that's burned up. Now, over the course of the year, that player can be recalled and sent back down, recalled, sent back down. But it's still only considered one option having been used. That's one burned up per year. 1-0 pitch, catches the outside corner 1-1. Now, it used to be that a team could call a guy up and send him down, call him up, send him down an unlimited number of times, and that would still only be the one option used. That rule changed last year. 1-1 pitch, big swing and a miss on a good changeup way out in front of it, 1-2. Where now a team can only bring a guy up and down 5 times. Yeah. There's a limit. So you can only be the human yo-yo so many times over the course of the season.
You can't be on the never-ending train from San Diego to El Paso.
Exactly.
The train does come to a full stop at some point.
So there's 5 up and downs over the course of the year, and that uses your option for the year. The next year, same thing. You've got another option. So for 3 years, basically, the team has the ability to move you up and down at their will 5 times over the course of the season. 1-2 pitch, just a little bit outside. 2-2. Now, there's certain players, because of their service time, Tyler Wade, for example, who when he gets sent down, if he clears waivers, has the option of whether he wants to go down or not, or choose free agency. 2-2, popped up left side, foul territory. Heading over is Manny Machado. Is he going to have room? No, he's not. It's going to find the stands just behind the Diamondbacks dugout on the third base side. Count remains 2-2. So for the minor league guys that don't have any very little big league playing time, they just get sent down. They don't have any say in the matter. They pass through waivers and they go back down to the minor leagues. But a veteran guy, he can say, nah, I'd rather not go back down. Thank you very much. I'll take my chances with free agency. And the 2-2 pitch, this one misses upstairs, 3-2.
That's one of the more underrated parts of the game when you think about all the guys on these major league teams that are constantly going up and down from the big leagues to the minor leagues. It's not the easiest way to go through a season in a lot of different ways.
No, 3-2 pitch, misses upstairs, ball 4. So after getting ahead of Marte, Cortes loses, issues the free pass. First walk issue tonight, playing for Cortes. And 2 down. That'll bring up Corbin Carroll. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Padres Radio Network.
KWFN and KWFN HD1 San Diego.
Hi, this is Michael King. The Padres play here on San Diego's #1 station, 97.3 The Fan.
An Odyssey Sports Station.
Welcome back. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. Padres trailing the Diamondbacks 2-0. And after retiring the first 2 batters on strikeouts, Nestor Cortez issues a 2-out walk to Ketel Marte, and Ruben Niebla is going to go out to the mound and have a little chat with Cortez. This visit to the mound is brought to you by the Window Depot, offering the best prices and the biggest inventory on in-stock vinyl windows and interior and exterior doors. Order online or find a location near you at thewindow.com. So Max and Mira Mesa, I hope that explains a little bit the player movement that can take place over the course of the season. And a recent example was the Padres recently designated for assignment Martin Maldonado. He's officially released. He's not going to go to the minor leagues, whereas Tyler Wade, who was sent down, again, as a veteran player, had the option to leave if he wanted to, but opted to stay with the organization, which is good news for the Padres.
And, of course, Martin, if he wanted to your point, he could have gone, I suppose, to AAA and been an option for the Padres if they need him later in the year, but chose free agency, which probably makes sense. Veteran player Maldonado is.
Meeting on the mound is over. Here's Corbin Carroll. First pitch to Carroll, misses outside for a ball. He's 1 for 2. Had a solo home run back in the first inning. Was a strikeout victim in the third. That home run is home run number 23 for Corbin Carroll. Really gotten himself back on track after his Rookie of the Year season in 2023. Things were a little bit more challenging for him in his sophomore year. Next pitch to him, misses outside, 2-0. And he ended up having to make some changes to his batting stance. He lowered his hands. Got a little bit more hip action into it as well to try to help him get to the pitch up in the zone. Next pitch misses upstairs. Cortez now 1 pitch away from walking back-to-back batters here with 2 outs in the 5th.
Yeah, got to be very careful here if you're Cortez. Carroll hit a home run his first time up. Padres have that bullpen cranking.
3-0 pitch, taken for a strike. Infield shaded to pull. Iglesias almost directly behind the second base bag. Manny Machado with the shortstop position. 3-1 pitch to Carroll. Just missing a little bit outside, ball 4. Back-to-back walks issued by Nestor Cortez to put runners on first and second with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. That'll bring up Geraldo Perdomo. And that's going to do it for Nestor Cortez as Mike Shildt slowly makes his way out to the mound. He has not signaled to the bullpen yet, but as Sam mentioned, there have been some arms heating. We're going to take a timeout. Mike Shildt slaps his hands. He takes the ball from Cortez, and that'll do it. We'll let you know who's coming in from the Padres bullpen when we come back. You'll listen to Padres Baseball on the Padres Radio Network.
Tony Gwynn Jr.
I want to ask you about food. What is something that you have to eat to beat a judge?
Oh, Aaron Judge! Send him to Monument Park now!
We got some good chefs in New York. They've been cooking up some nice chopped cheeses, and that kind of, it gets you, I don't know if I should tell the kids that they should be eating chopped cheese before a game.
Before the game, probably steak. That's usually what I go to.
I like a steak, no vegetables.
No vegetables?
No vegetables.
Is it straight protein?
Yeah.
Network.
I don't have anything. This is just brutal.
Right-hander Jason Adam comes on for the Padres here in the 5th inning in a sticky situation. Runners on first and second. 2 out. And Geraldo Perdomo coming up.
And this pitching change is brought to you by Miramar Kitchen and Bath. When it's time to upgrade your kitchen or bath, think of San Diego's top kitchen and bath remodelers for more than 30 years. Visit MiramarKitchenandBath.com to book your free consultation today. Geraldo Perdomo digs into the left-hand batter's box. As I mentioned earlier, he singled and grounded out. Runners on first and second, 2 outs, bottom of the 5th inning. Jason Adam trying to keep it a 2-0 Padres deficit. First pitch to Perdomo, catches the outside corner for a strike. Jason on for the 55th time this season.
Yep.
A 1.82 earned run average. 0-1, check swing. He went around. No, he did not, according to the third base umpire, Sean Barber. I thought that he had given Barber something to ring him up on, but he didn't. Count now even at 1-1.
Well, this is one of the benefits of the moves the Padres made at the deadline. You can go to a guy like Jason Adam here early in a big spot.
We've been seeing that more and more here since the trade deadline. 1-1 pitch, big swing and a miss, 1-2. In fact, we talked about it yesterday when Jason Adam came into the ballgame in the 6th inning. He'd only come in before the 7th inning one time the entire season until after the trade deadline, and now we've seen him do it 3 different times. Just a credit to the depth of this Padres bullpen. Long hold, looking at the runner at second. Now he delivers home. The pitch swung on, foul tip held on to by Fermin, and that'll do it. Jason Adam comes in and gets the job done. He strands 2. We head to the 6th inning. Padres trailing the Diamondbacks 2-0 on the Padres Radio Network.
Hey, Padre fans. Tony Gwynn Jr. here.
Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at VaxAssist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Hit up MLBshop.com for the largest and latest selection of jerseys, caps, hoodies, and accessories to keep you in the game all year long. Gear up, game on at MLBshop.com, the official online shop of your San Diego Padres.
Padres trailing the Diamondbacks 2-0 as we head to the 6th inning. Jalen Beeks still on the mound for the Diamondbacks. First batter that he'll face is Luis Arraez. First pitch that he throws, Arraez is taken for a strike, 0-1. Next pitch to Luis, missing upstairs. Luis 0 for 2 so far tonight. 1 for 11 in the series. He came into the series with a 16-game hitting streak. That, of course, was snapped. Does have an RBI and a run scored. That came in the 11th inning of last night's ball game. Next pitch to him, missing outside, 2-1. Third baseman Alexander playing even with the bag at third base to take away any possible bunt ideas that Arraez might have. 2-1 pitch, line drive left side, but it's slicing foul into the stands. Although he's not had a very good series here in Arizona so far, still over the last 18 games, Luis hitting .365, 12 runs scored, 7 RBIs, and the winner of the Padres Heart and Hustle Award this year. I know that the Alumni Association is involved in the voting on that. I certainly gave Luis my vote. 2-2 pitch, missing upstairs, 3-2. And Sam, that's not the first time that he's won it. He won it back in 2022 when as a member of the Minnesota Twins, won it in the next year in 23 as a member of the Marlins. So he's won the Heart and Hustle Award with 3 different organizations right now. 3-2. Ground ball to the right side. That's the second baseman, Marte. Waits for it, scoops it up over to first in time, and Arraez is retired from the first out here in the 6th.
And to your point, you can talk to Luis Arraez for 5 minutes, and you get such a great sense of how deeply he loves the game of baseball, how deeply he loves the art of hitting. Very, very well deserved once again for Luis.
No doubt about it. And he loves the game. He loves his teammates. He loves everything about it. There's nobody that I enjoy watching more and brings a smile to my face every single day than Luis Arraez. Here's Ramon Laureano. First pitch to him, misses outside, ball one. Laureano 1 for 2 today, single back in the fourth inning. 6 for 12 in the series now. 3 RBIs, a double, a triple. He has certainly ingratiated himself to this Padres clubhouse, and Padre fans have seen what he's been able to contribute here in his first few games as a Padre. The 2-0 pitch, the 1-0 misses upstairs. It's now 2-0. Infield playing back. Outfield shaded slightly to pull. Next pitch missing upstairs. 3-0 now to Laureano. Padres with a day off tomorrow. Certainly welcome at this time of the year. 3-0. Statue take and misses inside, ball 4. Second walk issued by Jalen Beek since coming into the ballgame. 1 out free pass given to Ramon Laureano. That'll bring up Jackson Merrill.
I'll see if the Padres can get something going here. They have not been able to cash in when they've had runners on base. Runner on second in the third. Leadoff man out in the fourth inning. Runners at the corners in the fifth inning. And now 1 out base runner here in the sixth.
Jackson 0 for 2 today with a strikeout and a flyout. That came against Anthony Desclafani. First pitch to Jackson misses outside, ball 1. Desclafani ended up going 4 1/3 innings today. Allowed 3 hits, no runs. Did not issue any walks, struck out 4 along the way. I don't think Torey Lovullo could have been much more happy with what he got out of Desclafani tonight, who's trying to earn himself a spot in the rotation, filling in for Merrill Kelly, who of course was traded away.
Made a pretty good case tonight.
Sure did. 1-0 to Jackson. Catches the top part of the zone. 1-1. We talked about this field and the changes that have taken place over the years. Hot shot, but right at the second baseman. Marte fires over to first base, but not in time. Nice base running by Ramon Laureano. An absolute missile, but right at the second baseman Marte, and Laureano did a nice job of freezing on the line drive and being able to get back to the base in time to avoid the double up. 2 down, that'll bring up Manny Machado.
Exit velo on that for Jackson, 107. He tad suited, but good positioning by Marte. He was right there.
Here comes the lumber. It's brought to you by Dixie Line Lumber and Home Centers. Fix it, build it, enjoy it. Talking about the construction of this ballpark earlier. It was built for $364 million back in 1998. I don't think those numbers would get you too much nowadays. First pitch to Manny, taken for a strike. Manny 0 for 2 so far tonight with a fly out and a strikeout. Sam, we've been talking about the air conditioning and how much would be enjoyed that it's 77 degrees inside while it's 119 degrees outside. 0-1 to Manny. Ground ball to the left side. Alexander has it, flips over to second base in time for the easy force out, and that'll do it for the Padres. We'll give you a little insight on how the air conditioning runs here at Chase Field when we come back as we head to the
You like to play it cool, Libra, but you can see the postseason on the horizon, and you're hoping to play late into October. You're in the second half of the season, so give it all you've got when you're on the diamond. Expressing to your teammates how badly you want to make it to the postseason will invigorate the whole team and get everyone firing on all cylinders.
Sweeney backpedaling, and he can't make the play. And there goes the no-hitter. It's rolling. Does it go fair? Yes, it does. That's a fair ball.
Oh, she's giving it to him. They're up 6-1 in the 8th. She's giving it to him and making him like it.
Doing the pop-up dance, and he dropped it. don't see that very often.
Abrams is going to think about going to third. The throw too high there. Abrams dives back in. Tag applied this time by Riley. What just happened?
Someone who's been in your shoes, lived through the fear, shame, and uncertainty after being arrested, and know how to come out on top. I'm criminal defense attorney David P. Shapiro. Since 2010, my firm has helped good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime. Protect your freedom, protect your future, know your rights. Visit us online at davidpshapirolaw.com. That's davidpshapirolaw.com.
At the bottom of the sixth inning, the Trust Rule score is 2-0 in favor of the Diamondbacks over the Padres. It'll be the 4, 5, 6 batters for the Snakes coming to the plate to face Jason Adam, Lourdes Gurriel Jr., Tyler Locklear, and Blaze Alexander. The first pitch to Gurriel, taken for a strike on the inside corner. Gurriel 0 for 2 tonight, grounded out into a double play in the first inning, popped out to third in the third. Those plate appearances were against Nestor Cortez, who ends up going 4 2/3 today in his Padres debut. Next pitch to Gurriel, popped up right above us. In fact, Sam, I think I might be able to make a play. No, just a little bit out of my reach. And Gurriel now behind in the count, 0-2 to Jason Adams.
That's my dream. To catch a foul ball here in the booth. Never did it in the minors. Maybe one day.
There's a chance. This is actually a pretty good angle right here.
I would really like to say I'd make a play, but I think I know deep down in my soul that thing is hitting the palm and bouncing away.
Oh, really? So you're not worried about the opportunity, it's the execution on your end.
Absolutely.
0-2 pitch misses outside to Gurriel.
I mean, you're talking to a mediocre high school outfielder at best. At best.
Sure you're not underestimating yourself, Sam. You're a pretty humble guy. 1-2 to Gurriel. Fouled off the plate and he stays alive. Let's quickly get to the out-of-town scoreboard here. It's brought to you by KMG Psychiatry, official mental health partner of the Padres Radio Network, offering TMS. That's transcranial magnetic stimulation. And it helps to lift the fog of depression and restore clarity. Visit KMGpsychiatry.com. Let's take a look at some of the scores that are going on throughout Major League Baseball. Good news, Padre fans. The Dodgers, they lost to the Cardinals today 5-3. What does that mean? That means that the Padres right now are 2.5 games behind the Dodgers in the National League West. Swung on, popped up right side, and it's going to reach the stands. And this plate appearance is going to continue the battle between Jason Adam and Lourdes Gurriel Jr. Nobody out, nobody on here in the top of the sixth inning. Padres trailing 2-0. So the Padres lost to the Cardinals 5-3. Padres 2.5 games back. If they can come back and take this one from the Diamondbacks, not only will they take the series, but they will only trail the Dodgers by 2. 1-2 pitch swung on, driven down the left field line. It is deep enough, but is it fair? No. Hooking foul. Almost to the third deck here at Chase Field. There was no doubt when it left his bat that it had the distance. But unfortunately for the Padres, hooking a little bit foul right at the very end. Just a long strike. Again, the 1-2. Strike 3 call. Got him. Slider on the top part of the zone. Gurriel gets caught looking, 1 down.
It's just a great job by Jason Adam. Gurriel out in front of that fastball, and then he drops a slider, upper part of the zone, and all Gurriel could do was look at it.
1 down. That'll bring up Tyler Locklear. So we know what happened at Dodger Stadium today. Meanwhile, at Citi Field, the Mets lost to Cleveland 4-1. Gavin Williams had a no-hitter for 8 1/3 innings before he allowed a home run to Juan Soto. First pitch to Locklear. Big swing and a miss out front of the off-speed pitch, 0-1. So Juan Soto coming up to break up the no-hitter. Padres are in second place now in the National League wild card, only a half game in front of the Mets. 0-1 pitch to Locklear. This is upstairs, 1-1. Meanwhile, in Philadelphia, the NL East leading Phillies lost to Baltimore 5-1, so they stayed 2.5 games in front of the Mets in the AL East. In Atlanta, the NL Central leading Brewers beat the Braves 5-4. They've now won 6 in a row. Swung on, line drive down the right field line, but slicing foul. And it's just a couple of feet outside of the chalk line. Locklear will have to come back, pick up his stick, and try it again. He's down now 1-2. Nobody on. 1 out. Bottom of the 6th inning. Diamondbacks with a 2-0 lead over the Padres. Jason Adam trying to keep it that way. On in relief of Nestor Cortez, who went 4 2/3 innings, allowed 3 hits, 2 runs. Both of them are walked 3, struck out 3 along the way. 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him chasing the off-speed pitch downstairs. So Jason Adam has done nothing but come in and strike out all 3 batters that he's faced coming into the ballgame. 2 down here in the 6th inning. Third baseman Blaze Alexander will dig into the right-hand batter's box. Fenway Park, the Royals beat the Red Sox 7-3, ending their 7-game winning streak. They head to Petco Park this weekend. Should be fun seeing the Red Sox coming to town. First pitch to Locklear, to Alexander, missing outside, ball 1. Alexander was hit by a pitch back in the 2nd inning by Nestor Cortez and then grounded out in a double play in the 4th. Adam comes set, the right-hander's 1-0 pitch. Missing outside, 1-1. Sam, overall, I think the Padres probably not disappointed with what they saw out of Nestor Cortez tonight. In fact, I thought he got stronger as the outing went on.
I'm with you. Kept him in the game, 4 2/3 innings, 2 earned runs given up. Did a pretty nice job battling out of trouble.
2-0 to Alexander, missing inside, 3-0. So after striking out the first 2 batters, Jason Adam falls behind in the count, 3-0 to Blaze Alexander with 2 down.
It's kind of like what we said about Yu Darvish yesterday. You look at the totality of the outing, could have been a lot worse. Did a good job keeping this team right in the game.
3-0 pitch, taken for a strike. Two runs, 3 hits, no errors for the Diamondbacks. No runs, 3 hits, no errors for the Padres. The rubber match. Diamondbacks took game 1, Padres took game 2 last night. 3-1 pitch, check swing, fouled off to the right side, and Alexander not happy with himself going after what might have been ball 4, fouls it off, count now full.
And I think also, in fairness to Cortez, it was his first major league start in over 4 months, so I don't know that I was expecting him to come out and put up 7 shutout innings today. Might have been a little bit ambitious, but he was pretty good considering Padres' debut and coming off what was a pretty significant injury.
I would agree with all of that, especially having the adrenaline flow and everything that we've talked about, trying to prove yourself to a new team, working with a new catcher, all the above. Fouled off to the right side. Count remains 3-2. Blaze Alexander. Fans reacting as that ball caromed off the front railing on the top tier here at Chase Field. And it came down to the bottom level. Fan almost had a chance to make a nice play. Couldn't come up with it. Again, the 3-2 pitch to Blaze Alexander. Strike 3 called on the inside corner. Alexander can't believe it. He was on his way to first base, but James Hoy rings him up. Jason Adams strikes out the side. In fact, he strikes out all 4 batters that he's faced in this ball game. Head to the 7th inning. Padres.
And it'll be Sweeney backpedaling, and he can't make the play. And there goes the no-hitter. Rolling, does it go fair? Yes, it does. That's a fair ball.
Oh, she's giving it to him. They're up 6-1 in the 8th. He's giving it to him and making him like it.
Doing the pop-up dance, and he dropped it. You don't see that very often.
Abrams is going to think about going to third. The throw too high there. Abrams dives back in. Tag applied this time by Riley. What just happened?
The newfangled idea of the time was night games, and teams thought that the shiny material of satin would reflect the stadium lights better. But satin comes with all kinds of issues. Despite all its drawbacks, this shiny material really does create a show-stopping jersey.
A Lux Spa and Salon. Hello, rooftop pool and deck. It's where players can play their hearts out and enjoy all the perks that come with it. It gets real this summer at the all-new Jamul Casino Resort, the Players' Place. Learn more at JamulCasino.com.
Fans, the top of the 7th is brought to you by Kaiser Permanente for all that is you. Padres trail the Diamondbacks 2-0 as we head to the top of the 7th inning and to take you the rest of the way. Here's Sam.
Scans, thank you very much. Padres will send up Ryan O'Hearn, Xander Bogaerts, and Jake Cronenworth against D-backs righty John Curtis, who comes into the game replacing Jalen Beeks. First pitch to O'Hearn is swung on and drilled into right field, but hooking foul. A very, very long strike one against Ryan O'Hearn. Well, Beeks was good. Got 5 outs in this game. Inning and 2/3 scoreless. Did walk 2. And the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Fastball upstairs. 0-2 on O'Hearn. This pitching change brought to you by Sid's Carpet Barn. Sid's Carpet Barn stands alone as San Diego's floor covering leader from a huge selection of premium high-end choices. Quality budget-friendly options. Sid's has you covered. 0-2 tips low and away. 1 ball, 2 strikes on O'Hearn. Starting to get late. Padres trailing 2-0. Rubber game of this 3-game set. 1-2 in the dirt.
Yeah, this is the point of the ball game of the Padres. We're hoping to be able to put some runs across against this Diamondback bullpen that, as we've talked about quite a bit, has really struggled all season long. Now, to their credit, they actually did a pretty nice job yesterday until the 11th inning.
2-2. Swinging a drive foul. Left field side. Lands in the 3rd deck. Do it again at 2-2 on O'Hearn.
And the bullpen wasn't bad in game number 1 either. They were able to ride the backs of Hoffman and Backus and get 2 2/3 of scoreless relief to hold on to that victory.
2-2. Up and in. O'Hearn backing out of the way, and the count runs full.
And last night, John Curtis, he came into the ball game, fired an inning and 2/3 of scoreless baseball for Torey Lovullo. So Padres have not been able to take as much advantage as he would have thought they would have.
3-2, swinging a high fly ball into right. Carroll going back out the warning track. He has room in front of the 374 mark and makes the catch. Looked like O'Hearn got a good piece of wood on it, but Chase Field here in Phoenix, big enough to hold it in. Our Trustin will score. Diamondbacks 2, Padres 0. 1 out, nobody on here in the 7th.
He might have gone in on him just enough. Just a little bit to avoid the barrel.
Here's Bogaerts 0 for 2. And the pitch. Called strike 0-1. To continue your point on the Diamondbacks bullpen, which overall this year has had a really tough year no matter who has been in there. In their last 5 games, they've allowed just 6 earned runs. 0-1 is low. 1-1. It's a 2.79 ERA, 19 plus innings entering tonight, and so far, and 6 up and I should say 6 outs recorded by this bullpen. 1-1 driven into left. It's down the line. Will it stay fair? It will. Xander Bogaerts, a solo home run. And that gets the Padres on the board. They cut the deficit in half. It's 2-1 here in the 7th. Home run number 9 for the X-Man.
Xander Bogaerts continuing to swing the hot bat. And now the power has been starting to show up as well, Sam. We saw the singles, we saw the doubles. Now the power is starting to show up. His 2nd home run of this series. And what was really impressive about this one, this is a hanging slider, and he's able to keep it fair. There was no really big hook on this one. That's a sign that a hitter is keeping his hands inside, keeps it inside that foul line, cuts the deficit in half.
First pitch to Jake Cronenworth is a called strike 0-1. 107 on the exit velo, 421 feet. It had the distance. Question was, could he hook it inside that foul pole? And he did. 0-1 in the dirt, 1-1. It's something to smile about. Brought to you by Smile Spirits, real vodka cocktails. Not a boring seltzer. Available at smilespirits.com. Keg and bottle, or swing by Baja Rick's before the game and enjoy Smile Spirits before first pitch. Smile Spirits, making San Diego smile. Cronenworth 1 for 2 tonight. And the 1-1. Swinging a foul, 3rd base side out of play.
You know, Sam, we get an assist on that home run, you know. We jinxed the bullpen. We were talking about how the Diamondbacks bullpen has actually done fairly well. We're shutting the Padres down tonight. We put an end to that. Because we have that kind of power up here.
We do. People don't know that.
Well, they do.
1-2. It's fouled away, 3rd base side.
They blame us for everything. But only when things go south. So just a little reminder, every now and then we can use our powers for good too.
1-2 is away. 2-2. Chance of let's go Padres here in Phoenix. As we've said throughout the series, a lot of brown and gold in this ballpark.
So much so that as I was walking around the main concourse today, I heard Diamondback fans commenting.
2-2 is cut on and missed strike 3. First strikeout for Curtis. Now 2 men away here in the 7th inning. Padres trailing 2-1 brings up Jose Iglesias. Create unforgettable moments at a 2025 Padres game with a group of friends or family. Hospitality spaces are the perfect setting to socialize while making game day easy with all-inclusive food and beverage packages. Book your outing today at Padres.com/groups. First pitch misses to Iglesias, 1-0. The offering from Curtis settles in a strike.
I was really surprised. I'm walking around and I'm seeing just brown and gold everywhere I go. And then finally a Diamondbacks fan that was walking next to me, oh my gosh, look at all the Padre fans that are here tonight. Yeah, we take over.
1-1 is up and in. Iglesias almost swung at it. Twists himself into a pretzel on the ground. No swing, says first base umpire John Lipka. Replay, certainly Iglesias did not go.
Yeah, his whole body spun around, but he was able to keep the hands and the bat back.
Yeah, great body control from Jose. Freddie Fermin waiting on deck. Iglesias trying to continue the inning. The 2-1 is a called strike. Four-seamer that time at 95. Curtis making his 13th appearance of the year, came in a 4.11 ERA. Rocks and he fires. Swinging a foul, right side out of play. Nice catch by a fan in the upper deck.
Yeah, that makes up for the one that the fan dropped in the lower deck earlier. This guy gets a round of applause, well deserved.
Guy in a purple shirt turns around to the rest of his section, says, look what I got.
Bare-handed snag, nice job.
2-2. Swing ground ball to shortstop. Perdomo patiently waiting for it. Gloves and throws to first inside, and that's the inning. Padres do get one on the Bogarts home run. 1 run, 1 hit, nobody left. Time to stretch here in Phoenix. Diamondbacks 2, Padres 1 on the Padres Radio Network.
So this is MLB Network Talent Stars.
Okay.
The stars of MLB Network. Can I trade a pack of these for a signed Lauren Shahadi card?
How about we do a little bit of both? Money, a little trade.
Will you open it up and see if you like it?
They're really nice.
If I sign it, does that equal the Lauren Shahadi 20?
All right.
Do we have a good trade?
We have a good trade. Thank you so much. That was fun.
Nice doing business with you.
Spring, sparkling, or high pH water, Culligan of San Diego has it all. Visit sdculligan.com to learn more about Culligan's products and what they can do for your home or business. SD Culligan, water you love.
Fans, check out upcoming theme games, including Harry Potter Day. It's on Monday, September 1st, featuring a themed hat, and Peanuts Day on Sunday, September 14th, featuring a Woodstock figurine. So you can explore all items and purchase a special theme game package at Padres.com/theme games.
We go to the bottom half of the 7th inning. D-backs leading 2-1. Left-hander Adrian Morahone comes on, replacing Jason Adam, who was terrific. He faced 4 batters and struck out all 4.
Doesn't get much better than that.
James McCann leads off for Arizona. First pitch, a wave and a miss, strike 1. Bottom third of the lineup here for the D-backs. McCann, Thomas, and Barossa. Adrian Morahone, who pitched a scoreless inning yesterday, trying to keep this a 1-run affair. He has been so good here in 2025. A 2.13 ERA in 54 appearances. And that includes what was a tough outing for him on Sunday at Petco Park.
Yeah, he was sporting a 1.63 earned run average until he gave up those 3 earned runs without retiring a batter in that last outing at Petco. But to his credit, he rebounded really well. And as you mentioned, Sam threw the ball great yesterday.
And he just committed a pitch clock violation, so the count now 1-1 on McCann. He deals. Swing, ground ball, right side, base hit. First hit tonight for McCann. Diamondbacks searching for more offense. They only have 2 runs tonight. It's been enough so far. Leadoff man aboard here in the 7th.
Yeah,
the other nice thing, we've talked about the depth and length of this bullpen now and the different lanes that Mike Schill has to work with. And it's not just righties and lefties. He's got the right-handers. He's got different guys that do different things. You've got the four-seam guys, the power guys, right? The Jeremiah Estradas that can go up in the zone if you got a certain pocket in the lineup that doesn't catch up to the high heat. If you got a certain part that doesn't get to spin, well, you bring in Jason Adam.
Alec Thomas shows bunt, gets it down, third base side. Manny picks it up, has a little trouble with it, throws to first in time to get Thomas. Up to second goes McCann. So a successful sack bunt for Alec Thomas moves McCann up to second base. The seventh inning stretch brought to you by Bulkhead Energy, built by heroes for heroes, the go-to energizer for military, first responders, and essential workers of all professions. Drink Bulkhead Energy, fuel for heroes. Go to bulkheadenergy.com.
Little bobble right there by Manny Machado as he was looking towards second base. I don't know that he would have had a clean play at the force out at second either way. Smart thing, just get the out at first.
Here's Barossa, first pitch. Takes the inside corner, called strike, 0-1. Well, you understand the thinking. McCann does not run great. So Manny thinking about second base, but that bobble certainly cost him the opportunity. Barossa 0-2 tonight, out of the number 9 spot. Ketel Marte, top of the order, looming on deck. 0-1. Swinging a high drive into left center, chasing back Laureano. He'll get there, a couple of steps in front of the track, make the catch. McCann tags up, heads for third. Throw there is in time. They got him. Where was James McCann going? The relay, Laureano to Iglesias to Manny Machado. And a double play to end the inning. In the inning for Arizona, no runs, 1 hit, nobody left on. We go to the 8th inning. Diamondbacks 2, Padres 1 on the Padres Radio Network.
Hello, my friends. It's Woodsy. Did you know your water quality affects...
I just took a COVID test. Ugh.
Prescription medications for COVID exist. If you test positive this summer, ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com/COVID-19 to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Hey, Padre fans, pets are family, so trust Petco for the food they love and services they need to stay happy and healthy, all at great prices. Petco, where the pets go.
Right-hander Jake Woodford comes on for Arizona here in the top half of the 8th inning. Padres trailing 2-1. This pitching change brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Valvoline is your 15-minute instant drive-through oil change. Visit SoCalOilChange.com for directions and discounts. That's SoCalOilChange.com. It'll be Freddie Fermin, Luis Suarez, Ramon Laureano due up against Woodford. And you have to wonder about this matchup against the Padres offense for Woodford. First pitch to Fermin, he bunts it third base side, a good one. Alexander picks it up, throws to first, it's wild. Hits off the first base dugout. Fermin will stay put at first base. Freddie Fermin likes to do that, likes to lay down a bunt. It'll be a bunt single, and the Padres, just like that, have the tying run aboard here in the 8th inning.
Perfectly executed. Nice little drag bunt. He waited till the last second, all of a sudden puts it down perfectly down the third base side. And Alexander was actually playing even with the bag in anticipation, but even so, he did everything he could. It was just perfectly placed. Bad throw on the home plate side of first base. And for me, did a nice job. Even though he rounded inside towards the field, he could have been gotten out at first base.
Brings up Luis Suarez, pitch outside, ball 1.
He hustled back to first base in time because the catcher McCann alertly was over there. They could have possibly got him at first base, but before he got to the base, back to the base in time.
Fermin, a short lead being held on by Locklear. Throw to first, and Fermin diving back in safely. If you're wondering why I say this could be a good matchup for the Padres, well, yesterday, in the 11th inning, it was a rough one for Jake Woodford.
Oh, yeah.
Gave up 5 runs, 4 earned on 6 hits. 1-0. He has taken a called strike, 1-1. So now you got to imagine the Padres in that first base dugout. They are looking for more and thinking to themselves, hey, we can get this guy again. One. It is a called strike, 1-2. Ramon Laureano waiting on deck. Merrill, Machado after him. Padres trailing 2-1 here in the 8th inning. 1-2 en route. Swinging a fly ball into center, not very deep at all. Barossa backing up, camps under it, and makes the catch. Fermin back to first base. And it brings up Ramon Laureano.
Got Luis out in front of a changeup. That's sort of been one of the themes tonight out of this Diamondbacks pitching staff, Sam. They've done a nice job of throwing changeups, especially DeSclafani. Got a lot of outs on that pitch. Padres have not been able to stay back and barrel them up.
Laureano, an infield single tonight, a walk and a pop out. Representing the go-ahead run. Fermin a short lead. Righty on righty, Woodford deals. In for a strike. 0-1. Ramon Laureano, who has been so very good for the Padres in his brief stint in the brown and gold. Waits on the 0-1. Rides low and away, 1 ball, 1 strike. Including tonight, Laureano now 9 for 24 with the Padres, including a double, 2 triples, a home run, and 5 RBIs. Throw to first base, and again, Fermin back in safely. So Woodford very cognizant of Fermin at first, who runs pretty well for a catcher, as we just saw in the bunt single. Left-hander Kyle Backus warming up in the Arizona pen. With the left-handed hitting, Jackson Merrill on deck. Another throw to first base, and this time Fermin, who is not very far off the bag at all, back in standing.
He's got a short lead over there. It's not as though he's got a one-way lead trying to get a big secondary jump at this point. He's pretty close.
So now 2 disengagements. See if Fermin tries something here. 1-1. Swinging a tapper foul. 1-2 on Laureano. As we talked about before, Laureano actually hits righties better than lefties. Came into today hitting .315 against right-handers and .964 OPS. So he's not your typical right-handed hitter where a lefty means he's got a better shot. It's actually the opposite. He's been better against righties like Woodford. 1-2. Swing, ground ball to third. Off the chest of Alexander, rolls away, picks it up, no play. Could have been 2. Instead, the D-backs get nothing. That'll be an error on the third baseman, Blaze Alexander. And now the Padres have the tying and go-ahead runs aboard.
It was a changeup. It was the second changeup that Laureano had seen. He got a decent swing on the previous one. He gets a really good swing on this one. That was a hot shot, and Blaze Alexander takes it off the chest, but that's not going to be good enough. That puts runners on first and second, and Torey Lovullo, I think, has seen enough.
Torey Lovullo goes out to the mound. He is not.
I'm Jonathan Mayo, and for more than 20 years, I've traced the path of baseball's rising stars, navigating the back roads of the national pastime and basking in the glow of small-town America's spirit, where the team is woven into the fabric of everyday life, where it's more than just a game. It's a celebration of the people, the traditions, and the culture that give these places their soul. This is Grassroots.
It's a 5-man umpiring crew here today in this young superstar.
And did their feet get tangled up? Yes, so Hoppy Tritt, they got their feet tangled up before the ball came down.
That goes helicoptering into the net. It's Pantar.
And that ball is off the ladder. It's actually off the ladder. You never see that.
A little tumble behind the mound. Hat fell off. That was awesome. I mean, you just don't see that.
The name of the business is Legacy Catering. We all were talking about how mom taught us all how to cook. She was a cook at the public school system for ages. So we all started to cook with her, so we decided, to do the business. So we went to figure out what we're gonna call it. So we said, let's cook in honor of, our mother. So that's what Legacy came in. And just remember that Legacy Catering is about people, and this is what barbecuing is all about, and this is why we love it.
With Wine Enthusiast magazine, harvested in the heartland, crafted in California, and enjoyed everywhere. Visit caskandcoast.com or pick up a bottle at Total Wine, Keg and Bottle, and other fine wine and spirit shops around San Diego. Cask and Coast, San Diego's favorite craft bourbon.
Troy Lovella going to the bullpen, calling on the left-hander, Kyle Bacchus. We saw in game number 1, he went 2 innings, allowed 1 hit, struck out 2 along the way. He's a side-winding left-hander to face Jackson Merrill.
This pitching change brought to you by Miramar Kitchen and Bath. When it's time to upgrade your kitchen or bath, think of San Diego's top kitchen bath remodelers for more than 30 years. Visit MiramarKitchenandBath.com to book your free consultation today. Big spot here in the 8th inning. Padres trailing 2-1. Runners on first and second, lefty on lefty. Bacchus against Merrill. First offering, swinging a pop-up behind home plate, out of play. 0-1 on Merrill. It's been a quiet night for the 22-year-old. 0 for 3, including a strikeout. We saw last season so many times, especially in the second half, when the Padres needed a big swing, Merrill answered. 0-1. Swinging a little roller, third base side, it's fair, picked up by Alexander, race to the third base bag, not in time. Alexander could not beat Fermin to third base. It hugged the third base line, taken behind the bag by Alexander. We'll see if the D-backs want to challenge this. And they are. So they will challenge the safe call at third. Alexander made the backhand pickup, dove for the bag, and I think he got him.
Yeah, I thought he got him right away. I'm not surprised at all that Troy Lovella wasted no time in challenging this one. And the Padres actually don't get a break as this ball just rolls, and it looks like it hits the top of the bag, and oftentimes when it hits the base, it takes a funny angle. This one did not. It stayed true, and Alexander did a great job of grabbing it and then hustling, diving to get his glove on the corner of the base, I think just ahead of the foot of Freddie Fermin.
Now, the better bounce would have been that ball hitting the bag and redirecting. It didn't redirect. It was true.
Exactly.
After review, the call in the field is Arizona will retain their challenge.
Hard to make it out there. Diamondbacks were correct on the challenge. Call overturned. Fermin out at third base. Laureano up to second. Jackson Merrill reaches on what will be a fielder's choice.
Alexander trying to redeem himself after the error.
So now Manny. Big spot, Padres trailing 2-1. Top half of the 8th inning. They have runners on first and second, 2 down. McCann goes out. He wants a word with Kyle Bacchus. The entire Arizona infield comes in. Now, we have seen Manny Machado over the years torment left-handers who don't throw particularly hard. And we'll see if Manny can come up with a big swing against Bacchus.
Manny torments pretty much everybody, but
that's true.
He especially loves to crush left-handers.
Laureano, the tying run leading off second. Merrill, the go-ahead run leading off first base. Bacchus comes set. First pitch, swing and a miss. Blew it by him. 0-1.
Well, they're not pitching around, and they challenged him with a good fastball in or half to start things off.
Manny 0 for 3 tonight. 4 hits in the first 2 games of this series. 0-1 is up and in. 1 ball, 1 strike.
They're staying in there, Sam.
Outfield playing Manny pretty much straight up. 1-1. Swing and a foul tip into McCann's mid. Now back is 1 strike away from getting out of a big-time jam.
Manny's batting average not as good against left-handers as right-handers this year, but 10 home runs from both sides of the plate. And a lot fewer plate appearances, almost a third as few, so that you can come from the left side.
1-2, swing and a miss. Manny chasing a sinker way out of the zone, and that's the inning. No runs, runs on just one hit, one error, 2 left on. Middle of the 8th.
Or 100% white meat seasoned chicken strips served with fries, Texas toast, and DQ's signature country gravy. Yeah, you heard that right. For crunch time in no time, it can only be the DQ chicken strip basket. Just $7.49 for a limited time. Get it delivered in the DQ app. Happy tastes good at participating locations.
Bottom half of the 8th inning, our Trustin will score. D-backs 2 and the Padres 1. Adrian Morejon stays on to face Ketel Marte. First pitch is in for a strike, 0-1. Top of the D-backs order here, Marte, Carroll, and Perdomo trying to find some insurance. Padres have just 3 outs to play with, a golden opportunity. In the top half of the 8th inning, they could not score. Manny Machado striking out with 2 on base. 0-1 from Morejon. Swinging a ground ball to third base, Manny backhands it behind the bag. Long throw across the diamond inside. 1 up and 1 down for Morejon. Time for our next game preview, but a reminder, the party starts before the game on the Coaster Train. Join the winning team, buy your Coaster Train tickets to Padres games, and score big at GoNCTV.com/Padres. Off day tomorrow for the Padres, but they'll return home on Friday, game 1 of a 3-game series against the Red Sox. First pitch at 6:40. First pitch to Corbin Carroll. Little tapper back towards the mound. Morejon picks it up, spins and throws in time. And quickly, 2 up, 2 set aside for Adrian Morejon. Padres still trailing 2-1 here in the 8th inning. 2 outs, nobody on.
Not an easy play for Adrian Morejon. When you're the left-hander over there, you got to grab that ball, do the 360 spin, and get rid of it in a hurry. He did that. Now, Mike Schultz had David Morgan heating up in the bullpen. I thought if there might have been a couple guys on base, he might switch Perdomo around, who's a much better hitter against lefties than righties, but with 2 down, Morejon gets a chance to go after him.
Morejon very, very quickly here, getting 5 outs, and now he has 2 outs here in the 8th inning. First pitch to Perdomo, rides away. 1 ball, no strikes. A reminder to stay tuned for the Jamul Casino Resort post-game show with Braden Soprenet immediately following tonight's game. Padres will have O'Hearn, Bogarts, and Cronenworth due up in the 9th inning. 1-0. Perdomo shows bunt, takes a strike. Nobody warming up in the D-backs pen, so presumably Kyle Backus will come back out for the top half of the 9th. Rubber game of this 3-game series. Dodgers losing to the Cardinals earlier tonight, 5-3. Padres still an opportunity to cut the deficit in the NL West to 2 games. 1-1, settles on the inside corner, a called strike, good pitch. 1-2.
Nice slider by Morejon. That's the pitch that makes me think that he could transition back into the starting rotation at some point, Sam. We know he's got the fastball, the command has gotten better, but when he lowered his arm slot to get the better fastball command, it helped out the slider as well.
1-2. Hit foul, straight back into the screen. Perdomo tonight, 1 for 3. Diamondbacks scored 2 runs in this game against Nestor Cortez. 1 in the first inning on the Carroll home run, 1 on a sac fly from Alec Thomas in the second. And to this point, those 2 have held up. Pitch en route. Swinging a looper towards right. O'Hearn came in, now goes back, makes the catch. A 1-2-3 inning for Adrian Morejon. No runs, no hits, nobody left on. We go to the 9th inning. Diamondbacks 2, Padres 1.
some overnight oats right before the game. My teammates look at me like, what are you doing, dude?
My mom's cooking, probably. She makes some good. She's got a tuna fish casserole. That's pretty good.
Okay, I went 5 for 5. I need to eat the same thing. Last time, Saturday, I ate arepa with eggs. And then next day, I got to eat arepa with eggs. So my mom make it for me. And then when my mom is with me,
everything's good.
I save a lot of money.
Estamos leyendo.
Activate select plans. Now that's a smart call. Get Straight Talk covered by Verizon's 5G network. Available at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Offer valid through 10/19/25. Taxes and fees apply. Purchase of Gold Unlimited plan or higher required for offer. Must activate the plan in-store at Walmart. Cannot be combined with other offers.
We go to the ninth inning here in downtown Phoenix. Padres trailing 2-1. Ryan O'Hearn, Xander Bogaerts, Jake Cronenworth due up for San Diego. Kyle Backus stays on, trying to complete what would be a 5-out save. 1 run, 5 hits, no errors for San Diego. 2 runs, 4 hits, 1 error for Arizona tonight. O'Hearn leads it off here in the ninth inning. Padres need 1 to tie. First pitch misses away, ball 1. Quiet night for O'Hearn, 0 for 3, now 1 for 12 as a Padre. O'Hearn, 13 home runs with Baltimore this year. 1-0, called strike. In a spot where the Padres could certainly use one big swing.
Well, O'Hearn can provide it for you, 13 home runs on the season.
1-1. Swinging a drive into right. Carroll going back at the warning track, looking up, and it's gone! Ryan O'Hearn, a game-tying solo home run in the ninth inning. His first home run as a San Diego Padre. And just like that, the Padres tie it in the ninth. It's 2-2.
When I say 13 home runs on the season, I meant to say 14, Sam. Coming up absolutely huge. Lefty on lefty. Gets one he can handle, stays on it. Absolutely crushes it. Ryan O'Hearn making his presence felt in the brown and gold.
His first signature moment in the brown and gold. 2-2 game here in the ninth inning. Brings up Xander Bogaerts. First pitch inside, ball 1. Bogaerts hit the home run in the 7th inning to cut the deficit from 2-0 to 2-1. And now O'Hearn has tied it here in the 9th. 1-0 is low, 2-0. And now the Padres looking for more. Bogaerts his 9th home run of the season back in the 7th. 2-0. Called strike. 2-1. Well, back is pitching 2 scoreless innings on Monday night. He was great. Torey Lovullo asking him for a 5-out save tonight. Can't get it. 2-1. Off speed. Misses low and away. 3 balls and a strike.
Yeah, this has been the thing that's tormented Torey Lovullo all season long. And we saw it in the series in San Diego also, where his bullpen just couldn't hang on to any leads whatsoever. And we're seeing it once again here tonight.
3-1. Swinging a drive into left center, chasing back Gurriel. He can't get there. It rolls all the way to the fence. Bogaerts around first, on his way to second. He cruises in there with a stand-up double. Padres have the go-ahead run in scoring position. Nobody out here in the 9th. Let's quickly pause for station ID on the Padres radio network.
KWFN and KWFN HD1 San Diego.
This is Mike Schilt, manager of the San Diego Padres. The Padres play here on 97.3 The Fan.
An Odyssey Sports Station.
Our Trust and Will score, Diamondbacks 2, Padres 2. Top half of the ninth inning, two big swings for the Padres so far in the inning against Kyle Backus. The home run to tie it by O'Hearn, the double by Bogaerts to put the go-ahead run in scoring position. Diamondbacks pitching coach Brian Kaplan goes out and wants a word with Kyle Backus and most of that Arizona infield.
Missing location, hanging sweeper to Ryan O'Hearn. This was supposed to be a fastball inside to Xander Bogaerts, but he doesn't get it there. And Xander, the way he's swinging the bat right now, you cannot make a mistake out over the plate with a fastball or a breaking ball. He's hitting 300 on fastballs since 19th. He's hitting over 400 on off-speed pitches during that same stretch. So really no safe pitch that you can go to. You better locate whatever it is that you choose to throw. He didn't locate it. Xander made him pay.
Jake Cronenworth will dig in. So Bogaerts on second base. Top half of the ninth inning, a 2-2 game. Nobody out. Corners for Arizona pinch in. Alexander from third, Locklear from first. Cronenworth shows bunt. Pitch, low and away, ball one. Jose Iglesias waiting on deck. So the thinking here might be get Bogaerts to third and hope Iglesias, who has such good bat-to-ball skills, can bring them home. Backus comes set. 1-0. Cronenworth again showing bunt. Takes a strike on the outside corner. Corners continue to pinch in. 1-1, and the pitch. Shows bunt, gets it down. Backus picks it up, throws to first base wild, and Locklear stretching, grabs it. They get Cronenworth at first base. That was almost an absolute disaster for Kyle Backus. A 1-3 put out. Padres will not challenge it. Good job by Ketel Marte, who was covering. Good stretch. Got the out at first base. Go-ahead run in Bogaerts, moves up to third. He's 90 feet away from scoring.
Perfect execution by Jake Cronenworth. You got to get that bunt to the third base side, force either the third baseman or the pitcher to make the play. He did that. Great execution by the Padres.
Here's Iglesias. He shows bunt, and the pitch low and in. Ball one with the infield in. Padres were thinking safety squeeze. 2-2 game, top of the ninth. Bogaerts representing the go-ahead run on third base. All four infielders playing in for Arizona. 1-0. And Iglesias takes it outside, not showing bunt that time, and now he's in the driver's seat at 2-0.
Heading into the All-Star break, the Padres had the most successful sacrifice hits in all of Major League Baseball. It's something they've done all season long. They've done it successfully, and they've used it as an important weapon. These guys know that Mike Schill will put it on at any time.
2-0. Taken low. 3-0 on Iglesias. Freddie Fermin waiting on deck. The top of the order after him. Called strike. Sinker that time at 91. Iglesias tonight, a fly out, a ground out, and a walk. Looking for a big hit. 3-1. Swinging a liner foul. Right field side out of play.
Backus having a tough time getting the fastball in on the right-handers. We saw a mislocation to Xander Bogaerts that ended up in a double. That was supposed to be inside as well. Not inside enough. Iglesias able to foul it off and stay alive.
Backus comes set. Kicks in the pitch. Swing line drive, right field, base hit. Xander Bogaerts drops in from third. Padres in front, 3-2. A go-ahead RBI single for Jose Iglesias.
Same thing, Sam. They tried to come fastball in again. Again, they missed the location, and Jose Iglesias does a great job of staying inside it. This is classic Padres offense right here. Don't try to get greedy. Just take your base hit opposite field. Another professional at bat by Jose Iglesias to give the Padres the lead.
A little Canzalita magic here in the ninth inning. Iglesias gives the Padres the lead. Torey Lovullo comes out. Kyle Backus coming out. We'll tell you who's coming in.
Celebra tú también con Betcris.
Visit ComfortBros.com to book an appointment. Comfort Bros Heating, Air, and Plumbing. Service that makes Mom proud.
Casey coming into the ballgame for the Arizona Diamondbacks.
First pitch to Freddie Fermin from Kelly is outside, ball one. Padres have scored 2 runs here in the 9th inning to take a 3-2 lead. Kelly, who was selected today by the D-backs from AAA Reno, makes his Arizona debut here tonight. Iglesias on first base. And the 1-0 to Fermin is low and away 2-0. Ryan O'Hearn tying this game, a solo home run. Xander Bogaerts a double. Jose Iglesias a go-ahead RBI single. And now the Padres looking for insurance with the flame-throwing Mason Miller warming up in the pen. 2-0. Called strike.
In case you're wondering, yeah, it's the same Casey Kelly that made his Padres debut back in 2012. It's been quite a journey for him, including several years pitching in the Korean Baseball League.
Throw to first base, and Iglesias back in standing. Made 6 starts when he debuted for San Diego in 2012. Was back with the Padres for a handful of appearances in 2015. Stops in Atlanta, San Francisco, Cincinnati, and now Arizona. 2-1. Swing and a miss. Fermin out in front. Luis Ariz, top of the order, waiting on deck. Padres with a win tonight, a reminder, would move to 2 games out of first place in the NL West. 2-2. Misses. Low and away, 3-2 on Fermin. Another good night for Freddie Fermin. Double in the 3rd, bunt single in the 8th inning. He's been so productive behind the plate. 3-2, Iglesias runs, and it's fouled away. Fermin now 6 for 15 as a Padre with 3 RBIs. He has been everything that could have hoped for to this point, especially offensively. 3-2, Iglesias runs, lined into center. Barossa coming on. He slides, he can't get it. Iglesias around second, on his way to third. Freddie Fermin, his 3rd hit of the night. And now the Padres have runners on first and third, 1 out. Top of the order, and Luis Ariz coming up.
Nice try by Barossa. He did a great job of coming in on that one, and even better job of making sure the ball did not get behind him. Oftentimes we'll see the outfielders dive. They can't come up with it. It would have been big trouble, but he actually uses his rib cage to make sure that that ball doesn't go all the way to the wall. And a good read by Iglesias. As soon as he sees it hit the ground, hits the bag hard at second base and motors on over to third.
Now a Luis Ariz digs in from the left side. Luis, a quiet night, 0 for 4. He's only 1 for 13 in this series. Pitch en route. Called strike. Iglesias on third. Fermin on first base. Padres leading 3-2, top half of the 9th. Trying to give Mason Miller a little breathing room as he warms up in the pen. 0-1 from Kelly. Misses away. 1 ball, 1 strike. We said it when Iglesias came up. Great bat-to-ball skills. You want to talk about bat-to-ball skills? Maybe none better than Luis Ariz. 1-1. Swinging a pop-up foul, third base side out of play. Ariz, who came in batting .294. That's good for 6th in the NL coming into tonight. His hit last night, and extra is a big one, gave the Padres a 6-5 lead in the 11th. 1-2 in the dirt. Good stop by McCann. Taking off for second. Fermin, he slides in there safely. Great recognition by Freddie Fermin. He was off and running the moment that pitch hit the dirt.
Yeah, you got to love a catcher that's got some wheels and not afraid to use them. He knows that the off-speed pitch down low, Kelly's been bouncing him here the first couple times that he's throwing him. A good read, as he said, Sam. As soon as he sees it hit the ground, he's off and motoring.
So now a spot where a base hit could bring in 2. The pitch. Swing, ground ball, third base side. Alexander fields it, throws home, and out at home is Iglesias. So the putout goes 5-2. To third base goes for Mean. A rise on a fielder's choice on first base. Padres still leading just by a run, 3-2 here in the 9th inning. They have runners at the corners, 2 away. And now the inning left up to Ramon Laureano. We talked about Fermin being so good as a Padre. Laureano has been simply excellent so far. First pitch, swinging a foul, straight back, 0-1. Outfield playing Laureano, is step to pull. Righty on righty is Kelly. Comes set around the belt. He kicks in the pitch. Up high. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Kelly at age 35, not the flamethrower he was when we saw him back in 2012, of course. He used to throw 96, 97, now topping out about 91. A little more of the veteran crafty righty at this point in his career.
1-1. Swinging a high fly ball into right. Carroll camping under it. Plenty of time to get there, and he reaches up, makes the catch. That's the inning. But the Padres get 2 runs to take a 3-2 lead here in the 9th inning. Here comes Mason Miller trying to shut the door. We'll be right back on the Padres Radio Network.
Hey players, things are about to get real here in San Diego.
website or technology project, then I would highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 773-NETWORK. That's AmericanEagle.com, 773-NETWORK.
We go to the bottom half of the 9th inning here in Arizona. Mason Miller comes on for the Padres. This pitching change brought to you by Sid's Carpet Barn. Sid's Carpet Barn stands alone as San Diego's floor covering leader from a huge selection of premium high-end choices to quality budget-friendly options. Sid's has you covered. Now, how about this? Mason Miller on the mound, trying to protect a 1-run lead, earn his first save as a Padre. Lourdes Gurriel Jr. to face him. First pitch is in for a strike, 0-1. Of course, Gurriel took Miller deep yesterday on a 103.9 mile-per-hour fastball, the fastest pitch hit for a home run since they started tracking that kind of thing back in 08. 0-1. He's taking a strike on the outside edge. Another off-speed pitch. 1-2.
No surprise, and we saw Miller use the off-speed pitch early and often yesterday, and it was a little change of game plan, though, facing Gurriel yesterday. He went back-to-back fastballs, and as you mentioned, Gurriel caught up to the second one.
0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. He went to the off-speed again. So he saw what Gurriel did yesterday, and he said, I'm not giving you that. 1 up, 1 down for Miller here in the 9th inning.
So much emphasis is put on the Miller fastball, and understandably, the kid has an unbelievable arm, but a lot of times not enough credit is given to his secondary pitches. 3 really effective sliders to put away Gurriel for out number 1.
1 out, nobody on. Padres leading 3-2. First pitch in for a strike, 0-1. Tyler Locklear digs in right side. And the 0-1 delivery. Fastball swing and a miss at 1-0-2. So So he went slider, 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 first 4 pitches, and then he uncorks 102.
Just a reminder, I've still got that heater that you cannot just sit on the off speed.
Blaze Alexander waiting on deck. 0-2 for Miller. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Went to the slider. Back-to-back Ks for Mason Miller, and now he's 1 out away from his first save in the brown and gold.
Great pitch. Now the pitch forward at 102 miles an hour was on that outer half. This one looks like the same pitch as a hitter. You can't tell the difference. You've got to commit to it thinking it's another piece of cheese at 102, but instead it just slides away from you.
Game left up to Blaze Alexander. 0 for 2 tonight, was hit by a pitch. First pitch. It misses outside, slider that time, ball 1. Chance of let's go Padres here in Phoenix. 1-0, swinging a foul. Out of play, 1-1. Miller looking for his first save as a Padre, looking for some redemption from last night.
You got to be tested as a closer. We always talk about it. You've got to be able to turn the page. Let's see if he can turn the page. So far, it looks like he has, punching out the first 2.
1-1. This is up and in at 102. 2 balls and a strike. Padres leading 3-2. Top half of the 9th inning, trying to take the rubber game of this series. Alexander waves the bat around. Waits on the 2-1. Misses in. Slider that time. 3-1. James McCann waiting on deck. If he gets a turn, he would represent the winning run. Three and 1 the count. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. 3-2.
Go ahead.
Four-seam fastball at 101.
Yeah, and it's hitter's count. You got to figure Alexander's looking for that piece of cheese. And as soon as he saw it come out of Miller's hands, he was going for it. Unfortunately for Alexander, a little bit elevated up in the zone. That's a tough one to catch up to.
3-2 on Alexander. Padres 1 strike away from a win. Miller kicks in the pitch. Misses up high at 102. So a 2-out walk to Alexander. He represents the tying run. First walk allowed by Miller. 4th walk of the night for Padres pitching. And we'll have a pinch hitter. It'll be Adrian Del Castillo pinch hitting for James McCann, the left-handed hitting Del Castillo.
Nice plate appearance right there by Blaze Alexander. He did not chase one of those off-speed pitches out of zone. The only bad pitch he went after was the 3-1 fastball that was a little bit at the top, above the top part of the zone. You can't blame him for trying to come out of his shoes in a hitter's count and seeing the fastball, but did not chase any of the sliders and did not chase the final fastball by Miller, which was again elevated.
Freddie Fermin goes out, has a conversation with Miller. Entire Padre infield listening in. Del Castillo pinch hit last night, flew out. He represents the winning run. Here in the bottom half of the 9th, Padres getting 2 in the top half to take a 3-2 lead. Alexander, good speed at first base. He's stolen 2 backs this year in 3 attempts. We'll see if he tries to run. A short lead being held on by Arise. Here's Del Castillo. First pitch is in for a strike, 0-1. Went to the slider. Outfield straight up, infield tilted well towards the right side. 0-1 is in for a strike. 0-2. Again, the slider. So now, what does Mason Miller go to on 0-2? Del Castillo climbs back in. Alexander leads off first base. 0-2 on the way. Swing and a miss, strike 3 at 103. And the Padres win. 3-2 the final here in Arizona. The Padres move 2 games out of first place in the National League West. Mason Miller strikes out 3 in the 9th inning. He went upstairs to Del Castillo, got him to wave right through it at 103 miles per hour. In the 9th inning for Arizona, no runs on, no hits, 1 left on. Final score, Padres 3 and the D-backs 2. We're back to talk about it in a moment on the Padres Radio Network.
Remember when customer service mattered? At the grilling store at Hillcrest Ace Hardware, we do. At our family-owned business, we believe